I'm sick and I've only got malignant, indignantly sticking myself in existence, refusing to quit. Even when they called me the cancer dancer on the fringes, I am the one who cringes. Your lyrics are opaque and your sentiment is fake, while I'm pumping out a wave that's bumping the phase of shape. Take your viscera and hate and convert it into bass with my patience to train my brain to maintain my sane and poised look into history's book to identify crooks and dodge hooks of betas and duck fucks from haters and charge mess. The betas to coom and bloom and zoom past the moon. A monsoon that dooms the way that we do, and so birds anew a more crazy zoo than you knew. Coof, like a poof on your mother, bitch. Bring out the shit, who gon' cast the spit? Coof, like a poof on your mother, bitch. Fucking piss. Coof, like a poof on your mother, bitch. Bring out the shit, who gon' cast the spit? Coof, like a poof on your mother, bitch. Fucking piss.
Blood in my hanky and germs on my gun, about to spill some real ill shit at anyone. You scummy scum fucks and grungy young punkers, come get some run or get slam dunked in dumpsters. I get a tummy ache from dummies and snowflakes with fake takes, thinking they're waked but half baked. You're so fake, I got more hate than so crates to make my brain woke to the joke when you procreate.
That's why I stay goofing, 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 that's why I stay goofing.
Like a poof on your mother, bitch. Bring out the shit, who gon' cast the spit? Coof, like a poof on your mother, bitch. Fucking piss. Coof, like a poof on your mother, bitch. Bring out the shit, who gon' cast the spit? Coof, like a poof on your mother, bitch. Fucking piss. Coof, like a poof on your mother, bitch. Bring out the shit, who gon' cast the spit? Coof, like a poof on your mother, bitch. Fucking piss. Coof, like a poof on your mother, bitch. Bring out the shit, who gon' cast the spit? Coof, like a poof on your mother, bitch. Fucking piss.
That's why I stay goofing, 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 that's why I stay goofing.
Hello, people. Happy start of the week. Happy start of the quarantine for many of us.
Wowie zowie.
Wow. YouTube is being a sly boy again.
A sly boy.
A sly boy. They think they can oppress the Pantsu. They cannot oppress the Pantsu. Anyways, when we've been streaming games, at least for now, the stream does not pop up on people's feeds, so that's going to negatively impact a lot of things if this continues. I sent a message to YouTube, maybe they'll see it, maybe it's only for streaming games, who knows, but the consensus is that I'm shadow banned or something, because that has been happening to people.
Living. Is that your name?
Yeah, my island is called Koof Koof.
Amazing.
As voted by the chat last stream.
Very happy that you opened with the Koof song, with this being the case.
Of course. That's what the... Oh, Jesus Christ. That's
Yeah,
what the
take the
tenor...
controller
I'm
so you
sorry, I
can
have
play
like a
El
fucking
Video
hot
game.
laptop on my lap.
Yeah, you've got
I wanted
chat
to
there.
be right on time, guys. I was, rushing to get my public tweet
You were
out.
before on time.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
your
no.
actual start of the show was on time, exactly.
Yeah. We even started a little bit before with the intro, but yeah, I like doing the intro because it's fucking funny and it's a good way to promote any kind of music Connor has made, because his music is dank, and I think it's really hype for a podcast, right?
Sounds good.
We're talking about the Koofs. That's the vibe. That's the energy of the night. I might need to get a
That's
drink.
why I stay coofing. Do you want me to get you a drink? You are the streamer. You can't just get up and get a drink.
yeah, I
You've also
can.
got tea around you if you want the tea.
Oh, sweet. I got tea. Maybe I'll get a drink later.
We went fucking big pack today. We fucking big throwdown.
We did the
fucking-
prepping tonight.
We want to talk about being prepared. I'm fucking ready, dude. I'm fucking ready. We've got, like...
Hey, yo. It's on lockdown crackdown right now. This is HGGB guy.
We got maximum food.
Yeah,
We got
dude.
maximum weed. We got maximum home defense. We got maximum everything. We're ready. The apocalypse could happen, and I'll be like, hoo, hoo, like a boof on your mother bitch. Fuck and piss.
Fuck and piss. What is the origin of fucking piss?
Fucking piss is from Angel Cop. Anybody who's seen the video of just all the swearing in Angel Cop is probably familiar with it. It's a great line in a show full of all the swear. If you watch just that compilation of Angel Cop swears, you might be like, this show seems goofy and dumb. But, like, in context, all the swears make perfect sense and are hilarious. Like, I don't think they're meant to be taken seriously.
Active island resident. I get more miles. Oh boy. Guys, I've come a long way since the last time you've seen me, and by that I mean I've played like 2 hours of this game. But check out this digs, dude. Let's see if I can take a picture. I think I could take a picture.
Where is the boot from Big Coof derived from? It's derived from searching for
Can I zoom
free
in?
beats on YouTube.
Yeah, you can come closer, but you can like angle it down. But yeah, this is me. This is what I would normally dress like with a backpack and all.
You should watch the first 6 episodes of BNA and talk about it. That already came out?
BNA I think has come out. Maybe
6
all 6
episodes are
episodes have
out, I
dropped at
guess.
once. Oh my god.
I saw a clip on Twitter that was very Kill La Kill-esque. And I was like,
Kill. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. I'm excited for a trigger show. This is what we need right now. I definitely think that's the case. I have
Marowak,
a full,
stop with that mommy daddy stuff. It's not okay.
pack of shit today. Well, I don't know if you guys. I have a slingshot, so I'm gonna go knock down some balloons. I don't know.
The only people who are allowed to call me daddy will be my own children and
Yeah,
wife.
and your own children. And your children's children. And random stranger on the internet. And Rizzy the Wee.
No. Make it end.
Oh my gosh. Good times, guys. How is everybody today?
There's an Imaishi episode. Ooh.
Oh,
well, you
fuck
know what
yes.
I like. Yeah.
This is gonna be awesome. I have so much work to be doing though, so I don't know how much anime watching I'm gonna actually have time for.
I'm thinking about launching a new brand.
For fossils.
Tell me what you guys think of this. I'm thinking about launching a brand called Done With Bullshit. DWB. Which apparently is currently an acronym for Driving While Black. But I'm co-opting it.
Excellent.
I'm taking it like how white people do to things that black people have, and I'm taking it and making it Done With Bullshit.
I could play another money tree here. That's awesome.
And I want it to be a hat that says DWB, a yellow hat with purple text. DWB, Done With Bullshit.
Let's just fucking plan it right
And
now.
the idea of this brand is that you don't engage with bullshit anymore. Just a general bullshit avoidance policy. Particularly, I was thinking about it because I was doing a project where I had to watch a bunch of shitty stuff. And I was like, man, watching bullshit sucks. Like, even just to complain about it, it sucks. The only time that it's worthwhile is when you get to compare it to something good. And I was like, why do I even ever watch stuff that sucks? When I could watch stuff that's good and talk about that, and it'd be just as good. Fuck shitty stuff. Done with bullshit. Let me know what you think of this brand
God
and if you would
damn it.
buy that hat
Fuck, I did it again!
on concept alone.
Fucking retarded. Well, whatever. I just found some money. You have to fucking do it all.
Just imagine it looks as cool
Oh,
as you would
no.
imagine it looking. As good as you would want the letters
This is-
DWB on a hat.
I
to look.
already planted a money tree, so at least I have one going, so it's not the end of the world. Plus, it only triples your money, and money comes by pretty easily, so I don't know how exciting it'll be to
Eagle
actually...
Spirit says he's been using Facebook to promote PCP stuff to boomers. Seems to be well. My grandma likes the Lord of Ghosts comic.
That's really funny. My mom loves the PCP. She used to listen to it all the time. I think it has a lot of big boomer energy.
Oh yeah. Been waiting for you to start an edgy streetwear brand, Digi. Don't worry, I'm on there.
Your
I'm
wish
down
is
with
not
DWB,
command.
but only if you pronounce it D-double-B. D-double-B. What about, like, DWB?
I can do DWB, but I don't know about D double B. That doesn't make any sense. DWB. Yeah, that's also. I would buy that on hat on concept alone. Okay, well there you go. I'm making the hat. I'd buy it if it wasn't yellow and purple. I mean, if I can make it available in any colors, I will. I mean, I might just straight up do it as a made-to-order hat, because I could only find like one hat that I liked for the design. That was like $15, and I was like, I couldn't find it in bulk, so. You know, like the mechanisms I have at my disposal to make my own hats at home are lackluster. So, you know, if I wanted to sell this hat and make it myself, I would have to pick like very particular hats that I could print it onto, and they might not be hats I could buy in bulk. So it might be that it'd be like I'd charge like $25 for this hat.
Oh, there's a
spend
spook.
$15 on the base hat.
What the fuck is this? Can I talk to him? Will I die? Can I get him in a net? I don't know if I can do this. Oh, Jesus Christ, come here.
And only make them
Aww.
to order.
What happened? What did he turn into? What do you want from me, ghost? This is the end for me, isn't it? This is how I go. Huh? A human. A real live human.
May you can swap tools with the D-pad.
Oh, thank you. I'll fuck around with that, I suppose. Oh, you just moved here? Oh,
Marowak
okay.
says, PCP fans and I just did a podcast recounting RadCon meetup. Look forward to that. I will.
I'm excited. Can't wait
Haven't
to
gotten a
hear
chance to play
who's
Doom
gotten
Eternal.
sick.
I have not gotten a chance to play Doom Eternal, partially because, you know, I probably would have bought it, and you got Animal Crossing on that day that they both came out. Had it not been for the fact that I just bought PSVR, and a bunch of PSVR games, so I am into that. Because we played with Ben's Oculus Rift at RadCon on the last day. If anybody saw the very last live stream of RadCon 4, Ben got it. We spent 2 fucking hours, almost 3 hours, setting up the Oculus and getting it ready to stream. And I didn't think it would be worth it until I finally got to play it.
Gotta find the ghost.
And about 5 seconds into Beat Saber, I was like, "This is the revolution.
Beat Saber's so much
This is
fun.
everything everyone said it was. This is awesome." And I realized that like the only time when VR really is like nauseating or headache inducing is any time that you can simultaneously control your perspective with the left stick, but also you can look up, or like you can look. Like if you have control over your perspective and you can move your head, like the weird discord between that will fuck with your brain.
Okay.
But most games are designed around not having that happen. So as soon as you start playing, you know, VR games that are actually made well,
Please.
then you're like, oh shit, these are fucking cool. So yeah, just because I happen to get onto that bandwagon at this moment, I have not played Doom Eternal yet. Yo, I'm like 70 episodes behind on PCP. You haven't missed much. You know, the PCP has decent episodes. I mean, I would watch the BronyCon one. The one where everybody but me went to BronyCon. That one was pretty fucking legendary. The final BronyCon, I mean. But other than that, I don't think there's been any like legendary episodes of the PCP. It's just, you know, been a consistent podcast. If you like certain discussions, then you'll enjoy those. If you hate the politics, then you'll probably hate half of the show.
God is spirit. That was really autistic. It's cold.
Okay, I'm sold on this game. From the thinking animation, you access your inventory alone.
It's really good.
It's cute as fuck. Anyway, baby, I feel like I've co-opted your stream here.
Oh no, it's fine. I'm just trying to get stuff done. I can't use
Learning
it.
how to play the Animal Cross.
Okay, I'll talk to this boy.
Your character's face is the best.
Thanks, it's me.
It's just the most delightful.
Can I give him one of my... Does he have to have them all at once?
Just living that furlough life, which involves doing a whole lot of nothing, playing old games, navigating unemployment from the state, and realizing I do in fact probably have the corona coup. That's from Ash.
Yeah, I've heard a tale of the furlough. I'm sorry, my guy.
What are Digi and May's thoughts on Blady and Young Lean? I mean, I said it in my song, no Young Lean, but my ugly man. I don't like Young Lean very much. I think it's pretty boring. I mean, I haven't listened to his, I remember Fantano, who also didn't like Young Lean for the same reasons I didn't, saying that, like, one of his more recent releases was surprisingly decent. I haven't listened to it yet, though, so I cannot confirm or deny. Young Lean is, like, super washed out, like, you know, Cloud. He was like the progenitor of the Cloud rap.
Whose house is this? Oh, did this person already have a house?
Or at least one of the progenitors of it. But his vocals have always just been like boring and very background.
This person has a house now. I love your hair and hat.
Subsonic Sparkle says, I've been frantically waking up every morning praying that the Brony lecture is out. It will definitely be out before the month is over, I'll tell you that much. That's pretty much the only thing I have planned to release on my channel before the end of March because of all the other shit I've got going on every other direction.
There's lots of shit going on, so look forward to that.
I mean, the main things to look forward to for March are going to be my Kusomega Volume 3 and the physical copy. Hopefully I'll launch the Kickstarter by the end of the month. It might be that people won't be able to actually get stuff shipped to them if there's any kind of weird shipping restrictions, but you know, I want to get Volume 3 finished and the Kickstarter launched.
I just don't think anybody's gonna be like operating a press when it's not essential.
That could also be true. It could be that nobody's in the office, but that just means it'll be a wait time or whatever, right? You know? Like,
yeah, I'm sure. I don't know how long this is gonna last, honestly.
I have no idea.
I have no idea. China, like, in Wuhan, they're still stuck inside their house, and, like, I think finally they're allowed to, like, leave to go to the park for, like, a scheduled time or something, so they've been stuck inside their house for months, so I don't know how long we'll be stuck.
HGB guy says, when's old school RuneScape VR coming? I wouldn't even be surprised, because, like, when you go into the VR store, it's, like, this odd mix of games you've never heard of, that are made for VR, and games that you have heard of that you cannot believe have been remade in VR, like Gungrave, which is a PS2 game, and as far as I can tell, it's like the same game, just in VR. Same goes with the, like, Zone of the Enders, so that one was like a remake, but yeah. Remember to hit live chat instead of top chat. We got it there. We got live chat.
Yeah, we have live, dog.
I'm just dying for Volume 3 of Kusomega. That series has been consistently my favorite thing ever. Well, thank you. I am looking forward to it as well. I mean, I've already written, like, there's already as much of Volume 3 almost as there was of Volume 1, I would say. Like, it's around that length so far, but it's only, like, at most a third of the way, maybe as little as a fifth. I don't know. I haven't written it yet, but it's, you know, I really like what I have so far. It's gonna be the shonen, the big shonen action arc of Kusomega, essentially. Try out Astrobot Rescue Mission and Ace Combat 7. Those games are great in VR. I will probably, if Astrobot Rescue Mission is the one tied into the Playroom VR, I probably will buy that because I really enjoyed playing the first level of it in the Playroom. The Playroom VR is fun as fuck.
Oh my gosh, it's really cute and
It's
really
so
well
adorable.
thought out.
The fucking little robot guys. If you've never heard of it, look
They're
it up.
really adorable.
Has anyone watched the Half-Life 1 VR self-aware AI videos? It's a dude and pals role-playing as Gordon and NPCs on Gmod in VR. I have not. That sounds weird as fuck. I love your hair and top hat combo.
Yeah, dude.
Or top hair and top hair.
He just
hat
loves
and
my guy.
top combo. He said.
I love it too.
What's Cloud Rap? Cloud Rap
Oh my
essentially
gosh.
refers to SoundCloud. Because when SoundCloud first
Sorry.
became really big, there were lots of rappers on there, and like the early style also happened to be this very cloudy, like washed out sound that is very ethereal, you know, and like the lyrics are usually in the background. and the sad boys, including the likes of Young Lean, who were like from Sweden or some shit, were like this group that was like sort of had buzz in the early SoundCloud scene. So that's where like cloud rap came from, and a lot of stuff got sort of associated with that title. You know, like Denzel Curry has a lot of like cloud rap, like, you know, parallels, I guess, but like while not really being that sound or anything. Anyway,
Dude, cloud rap. Do you think cloud rap's gonna die soon? Do you think there's like people who are seriously making good cloud rap anymore?
Yeah. I mean, apparently Young Lean just put out an album that's not terrible.
Okay.
Bo Bickle says, "Oh my god, actual Digi content." Bruh, have you not been following all the rad content that's come out? You just gotta look at every YouTube video featuring Digibro playlist, my dog. I put out a ton of shit from RadCon.
More shit's on the way. Well, at least one more shit is on the way.
Open question for May and Digi. Do either of you listen to satellite radio, hip-hop/rap? I have a car that has it and just set it to a hip-hop channel. No, we don't have satellite radio. I've been listening to a lot of terrestrial radio because I am very lazy about fixing my phone, iPod.
And it's also kind of funny to just have it on.
I mean, it's, you know, sometimes it can suck, but like we have 6 channels that reliably play songs I like. So it's, you know, there's like a 50-50 shot that something good will be on the radio.
What do you think's gonna happen to the radio when the lockdown happens?
I don't know.
Will they have DJs
I won't be
still?
listening to it because I won't be in the car.
No, definitely. I mean,
When's-
I assume they wouldn't be broadcasting anymore. Unless it was
I
like
would
they
assume
had to.
as well, but yeah. When's the content coming back? Watch Doro Hey Doro, boys. I don't know if we'll do Doro Hey Doro, but it'll come back very soon. I'm planning to have content come back in the next couple days.
Oh, there's our boy. He's over the sea.
Really waiting for the Kusamega Kickstarter. Any hints on what the tiers will be? I'm not too much more. I might get the 2-copy one so I can donate a copy to my library. There's gonna be all kinds of stuff. Because I'm gonna have stretch goals that include like an entire manga volume, a fan art book, and
There's one
I
more.
possibly might be kickstarting volumes 1 and 2 and volume 3 in the Kickstarter. So, yeah, there could be a whole bunch of shit that's stretch goals. I have I spent this one day just drawing out every possible combination of like things that could be offered as tiers, as individual tiers for my Kickstarter for Kusamega. And I ended up coming up with like 1,000 tiers. It was like 125 pages of
It was
reward
a
tiers
lot.
that I spent like 10 straight hours crafting, and then looked at and was like, there's no way Kickstarter's gonna let me actually have this many reward tiers, right? Like,
gonna fucking
I don't know if there's an
crash.
easier way to set this up, but yeah, I created like literally 1,000 reward tier possibilities that I'll have
It's
to
really
navigate.
exciting. You have so many ideas.
Can't wait for Content to come back and save AnyTube once again. Me too, buddy. Oh, Cloud Rap. I thought you were saying Clown Rap. No, that's ICP, the Insane Clown Posse. I don't care about RadCon. Well, if you like Digibro content, why don't you care about RadCon? I don't understand. I was there. I talked about all the same stuff I usually talk about, doing a bunch of podcasts with cool people. I mean, like, do you not like any podcasts that I do? Do you not like any funny videos that I make?
Well,
like, it's
obviously
all
they like
podcasts
other
and
things,
meme
they're
videos.
here.
Like, well, I'm just thinking, like, you know, this live stream, is this much different from a RadCon live stream?
Yes, because this is comfy time. RadCon is not comfy.
Well,
RadCon is
I think the streams are comfy.
I think some of them can be comfy, but I don't think the drinking streams are comfy.
The Dude Weed Lamau video is one of the best things you made in quite some time. I don't know why you think that. I think that's one of the worst things I've ever made, but that's I'm
really
glad you
funny.
enjoyed it.
I found all the pieces.
I used SoundCloud for Jesse and Digi's music. That's it. Yeah,
Same.
pretty much same. Read Doro Hey Doro. Yeah, I'd rather read it than watch it. We, like, I rewatched the first episode to show it to somebody, and I was like, you
Is
know
that
what?
me you were showing it to?
No. We watched it together in the first place.
Okay.
I'm saying I rewatched the first episode, and I was like, I don't really want to watch this. This kind of like, I feel like the manga is a much better experience, and I shouldn't experience it first as a show.
Should I give this guy his hands back?
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Because you can say nah. But I'm gonna be a nice person. Here's a thumb
What's the
in his
next
head.
content going to be so I can watch the show in advance if I haven't already? I'm sure we're going to do Ishizoku reviewers. We'll probably do Azoken. And the Pat Labor video will be re-uploaded there. And then we also recorded one before everybody left my house on Ayane's High Kick, a shitty OVA from the 90s that you do not need to watch because we just kind of rag on it. So,
Should I take
don't bother with
something
that
new
one.
or something expensive?
Something expensive. Who cares how new it is? I just don't like almost any of the other niggas in Radcon. Man,
You got a cushion.
have you tried them again? When was the last time you gave them a shot? Because all those guys are good. Also, it really doesn't matter if those people are there because I am also there. So you don't have to watch for any of them. You just watch the videos that are in the every YouTube video featuring Digibro playlist, regardless of whether they are somewhere else. You know, just watch I mean, I don't know how you could possibly not want to watch everybody's lectures, because the lectures are the best fucking videos of all time. Tom's Animorphs lecture, fucking amazing. Hippo's Vriska lecture, fucking amazing. Those are both already out, and there's more to come. So, you know, missing out on rad content is like missing out on the second coming of Jesus Christ. You're not going to make it into heaven. You're going to be stuck on earth fucking
Jesus.
dead. And it's going to suck shit.
Oh boy. Oh my gosh.
The only Radcon stream I wanted to catch was the Smash Bros. One, and there's no VOD for it. There is, my friend. We re-uploaded it. We got it from somebody and put it up. It is up entirely as its own video.
I'm trying to
That 6 a.m. stream with Ben, Tom, and Jesse was super comfy. Yeah, I'd like to see that one. I wanted to get this out especially towards someone like you, Digi. In May at 3 a.m. I was doing homework, then brought the K-On! OSTs, the one where the VAs play their roles. Made me cry. It's beautiful. Well, good luck. YouTube didn't show me the stream in my subs. This happens to me very rarely. Big mad. It happens. For some reason, May's streams are not showing up in people's sub boxes. How many people are watching this right now? I wonder.
I bet like 20.
40. 40. We got 40.
That's awesome. I think they just probably came from
Twitter. It has to all be from
or
Twitter
Discord.
or the people who had notifications on for your channel.
Yeah. I'm sorry,
'Cause that's
guys.
that's who the initial people were. May, correct me if I'm wrong, but AC seems like the kind of game played by the kind of people who play The Sims but want something aesthetically comfy.
Yes. It's just a god game in some aspect, you know.
Star says, I just like watching people do and talk about drugs. Well, good. I'm glad you enjoyed that video. I
really
guess it was
funny.
boring for me because I had talked about most of that stuff in videos before. I was just kind of like reiterating shit I had said before, but kind of all in one place, you know? Oh god, I'm losing chat here.
Oh my gosh.
May, what do you think about Kuso Mega? I don't think I've heard your opinion of it.
Oh, that's really funny. When Conrad was first explaining his idea for the story, I was kind of scared because it seemed like too big, and I didn't really know like how funny and
Do you mean,
self-aware
like,
he would try
after
to
Volume 1?
make. I'm
Because
talking
there was
about.
no explanation until Volume 1, because I started writing it before you even woke up.
Yeah, no, I mean like everything you've told me about before you've written. I've just been kind of like, okay, how is this gonna fit into it, and how are you going to like keep expanding the story and scope? But like, I'm really impressed by it. I like it a whole lot. Like, I think it's really funny.
You've heard the all of Volume 3 that has been written so far as well.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I love how each story kind of has its own like personality and like its own like autism level almost.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's a weird experience because the more of it I write, the more into it I get, because more of it exists, and there's more that I can like pour over in my head. And so like the level of excitement I felt about it by the time I had finished Volume 2, I was like, oh god, no one else understands how this story feels to me right now until they've heard it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I now feel about Volume 3. It's like I've already advanced to that point where like I'm already thinking about the story in terms of what it's like as of Volume 3. And I'm like, ooh, you know, like, oh, you guys like what I've done before? Well, let me show you what I got next, you know, like that kind of thing. Bro, I watched The Wind Rises today and literally cried. Anime is good. Hard agree.
Yeah, I cried so much at that movie too.
Did anyone else get
It's
put
kind
on...
of a scary movie too because she gets sick. She has the COVID.
Anyone else get put on Danny Mullen by Digibro? I don't even remember who Danny Mullen is.
I don't know.
But apparently I put him on to them. So, good. How did the Animorphs lecture compare to your expectations? It was amazing. Because I didn't know anything. I mean, Tom had told me some of the stuff about the story and how it's like dark and shit for like a kid's book, but it really is like from the word go, it's fucking intense. Like it never shies away from being like a proper war story. It doesn't seem like it, you know, holds anything back. It just is like a very adult story told in a kid-friendly way, I guess, which is what makes it fascinating, you know. And when you have an adult just cutting out all of the kid-friendliness and just telling you the story, then you're like, Jesus fucking Christ, this is insane, you know. Yeah, it's pretty great.
I can't wait to watch it. I still haven't seen it. I'm gonna definitely be watching that while I do homework this week.
Subsonic says, RadCon lectures are a bona fide event in my household. We've watched Ben lectures at least twice each. They're great, man. You're going to get 2 more. Because he did...
Didn't he do 3?
No, he did not get around to the 3rd one that he was going to do. We fucking used up all the time of RadCon.
It should have been even longer.
We got done... like, usually we go to RadCon and we get done everything we planned and, like, then twice as much as that. This time it was like we got everything we planned done and then whatever I got done. Like, I was the only person who got things done that were not pre-planned before RadCon because we used up so much time on all those lectures. LadCon lecture topic reveals are as hype as Smash character reveals and even more fun to suggest. Yeah, I've had a bunch of good ideas. Like, somehow seeing the lectures again this year made me really think about like how they could be done and like how many different, like what kind of topics there could be, you know? Like, I mean, Munchie did his on the French Revolution, you know, and it's fucking great. I would say that one might even be like the best one. Is probably Munchies on the French Revolution because you actually learn history and it's actually interesting and fun and you come away from it like, wow, I feel like enriched. I feel like I understand the world better.
We're gonna have a purple roof on our house. Can you change
I found the stream just because I happened to be checking May's channel. I'm glad it was at least listed on your channel.
That's good.
Because we weren't even sure if it was listed there
what a
for
coinky
a second. Yeah.
I mean, I guess there has been new videos coming out on my channel, so that's awesome.
I'll read Kusamega when there's a physical copy because of my weird physical media autism. I'm really honestly, like, the reason I haven't been, like, hounding all my friends to read it is because I know there's going to be a physical copy that I can just give to them, and I think they'll be way more likely to read it because it's like, you look at it and you're going to be like, holy shit, like, this is a real book and it's got like 20 comics in it, you know? This is fucking amazing. Hopefully. Hopefully it will be fucking amazing.
I finally got Miles Plus.
What do you think about Project Melody? It's cool, I guess. I think it's weird that she doesn't actually like get naked for the most part. Don't know what the point is. But otherwise. Danny Mullen's the guy that fucked the prostitute that you ranted about. Oh, is he that guy, the dude who I said was a performance artist?
Oh, yeah, that guy?
Yeah, I think that's who
that's swag. He's pretty funny.
Man, the lectures are amazing. I recently just got into them. Parkour Dude 91. Boy, I hope to see...
Oh, my gosh.
To soon be caught up to RadCon 4. Soon be, I assume he meant to type. Hell yeah. What are your thoughts on the establishment BTFOing Bernie? Expected. Pretty much expected. I think... I tweeted out yesterday that by the time we get to the election, no one's going to remember that there were any Democratic candidates running. Because Biden has disappeared, and Bernie has disappeared from the thoughts of people, I guess. Wait, did Ben 3 lectures at RadCon? No, he only did 2. He was going to do 3, but he did not.
Let's fucking get the pro editor. Yeah, dude, let's redeem this. I think this is how you edit your stuff to, like, be like actual shirts and stuff.
How much profit did you guys actually get from RadCon? It's hard to know yet because we haven't done all the calculations and there's still like more stuff to buy. Like we have to commission an animation, we have to commission a dojin. So, you know, we'll probably be making, in my estimation, we'll probably make a little bit less than $2,000 each of actual profit. But, you know, we'll see what happens. Either way, it was worth it because we got tons of great content and it went really smooth. So, you know, we had no qualms about buying anything we wanted for props. Like, Nate went crazy on props for the OVA because he was just like, you know, hey, we got all this money, let's fucking get everything we can think of, you know. And now I have all of it. Like the everybody seemed to be of the mindset that like we were buying all this stuff just to throw it away. Like when I was deflating the pool floats, they were like, "Oh, why not just pop them?" And I was like, "What? Like, we paid for this. Like I have pool floats now. Like it's not like this couldn't come in handy even just as a prop again, you know." So yeah, I have like everything that was bought at RadCon is now at my house pretty much, which is extremely cool because now I have a giant whiteboard and all kinds of other shit. I listened to the podcast that Munchie did on the French Revolution. It's called Revolution, so I'm interested to see how his lecture compares with the podcast and how he presents it. Yeah, I've never heard that podcast, but the lecture is like, it's at least 3 hours long, probably more. It's really fucking fun. It's and fascinating. My dream RadCon would be me 1 month long with the same amount of planned content as RadCon 4. That way you can just blow right through the planned shit and come up with new ideas the rest of the time. Yeah, we all kind of agreed that it should be longer next time. Just based on... Again, though, like, this went way, way more smoothly than it's ever gone before. Like, even with the coronavirus beating on our necks... And, like, literally, if it had gone on, like, 1 day longer, then Hippo would have been trapped in the United States or some shit. Like, it was dangerous timing. It was down to the fucking wire.
Okay. I guess you can just wear whatever this is.
By the way,
This is excellent.
I just wanted to let everybody know that the reason for this stream being called Operation Watch Hours is that Pantsu here is trying to reach... the 4,000 watch hours required to achieve monetization on YouTube.
Yep, we're trying.
And you are currently like 400 hours short or something like that. Somewhere in that range.
Yeah, currently we're 400. Hours. We're up to like around 400. I haven't checked today, but yeah.
We could. It
could
would
easily
be
push it
possible
over.
to
No,
end that with this stream.
It's still possible, especially if we have 40 people consistently watching. It's
and
like very possible.
Your streams get hundreds of views after they get posted. So.
Yeah, the last one hasn't because it didn't get pushed to people's feeds, so they just would have to check my channel.
It had 350 views.
Yeah, no, they normally get like 1K, but that's okay. We'll
impressive.
figure it out.
Impressive for a post stream.
This is kind of ugly. I could take off the socks. Maybe it'll work. I'm just gonna put on my other shirt. I don't like it.
Let's see.
Put on my denim pants. That's cool though. I can't wait to play around with that. I'm gonna make really funny outfits. Let's just sell stuff, I guess.
Jacob Wagner says, I thought the ideas of the lectures were that they were explanations of things that aren't good or hard to parse, or it doesn't seem like the Animorphs one does that. That was my personal theory on them, is that I think they are better that way. It's not that that's, like, the point. But in the case of Animorphs, it's a really long, like, children's book series that, like... For a lot of people said, like, they listened to the lecture and it made them want to go read the books. I felt like I already got everything good about the books from listening to the lecture. Like, I know Tom said there's tons of other cool stuff. And, like, obviously there's tons of, you know, extra stories and more, like, fun details and shit that I would get from reading the books. But, like, the writing style of the books might not be something that, you know, would easily engross everyone in the same way that, like, hearing the lecture would. Where, like, let's say I were to pick up Animorphs Book 1, I probably wouldn't assume from the first chapter that it was going to go in the direction that that book does, even though it's a super short book. But, like, hearing Tom explain to me what this story is going to be you know, makes me way more likely to ever read it than I would be otherwise, you know. Whereas, like, something that's, like, obviously good that, like, you know, you should just tell somebody, go watch this. Like, there's no convincing. There's no need for that. Like, you're going to get it the second you see it, you know? It's a little different. Is Joe Biden dead right now? Hopefully.
I think he finally did like a YouTube stream today. I think he finally was able to do it.
Did I do any lectures this year? Yes, I did a brony lecture. I did the real history of the brony
I'm gonna
community.
get a drink and also take my medicine.
This is just a Digi stream on a different channel. That's just because May's been really focused.
I'm sorry, I'm into my island.
Well, now she's getting up to go. What are you doing? She's getting a drink. Subsonic says, I've been watching for nearly 7 years now, and I think Kusumega is probably the most impressive thing you've ever done, if you finish, that is. Dude made a real book, just like Snob. Thank you. Did you hang up the Corona towel? Not yet. I haven't decided where to put it, but it is in my house.
She comes. Be back.
It would have been cool if the sub box
H2O.
worked. YouTube, yeah, I know, right? Getting to the 4,000 hour threshold is such a good feeling. When I got monetized last summer, I was over the moon. Well, damn, you gotta get there. You reading the chat?
I am. Also, I think if somebody follows me, right, it's supposed to have the bling bling bling, my little icon and stuff.
Are you? I mean, is this Streamlabs account like here? I think you'd have to like put your account into this program, right?
Probably.
Let's see here.
It would
General.
be.
Stream. May spent some time setting up a Streamlabs today. A Streamlabs
Maybe in
like
layout editor or something.
studio.
It's like a widget you have to use.
Widget.
Yeah. So like.
Here, you can mess with it for a
Okay,
minute.
I'm just wondering
I'll read more
if
chat.
in the layout editor you can put like a.
Should May make the streams an unlisted playlist to not clutter the channel? No, this is pretty much just going to become a streaming channel, I think.
I mean that's gonna be the primary function.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna mainly be streams. I haven't decided if I want to stick to YouTube. If they're gonna like not
If they're not going to
Test
promote your
widgets.
fucking streams, yeah.
subscriptions follow.
May is intending to turn this into like a proper stream channel. I'm just here to help us get to that 4,000 watch hours quicker.
Test widgets. Follow. Sub. Well, the widgets aren't here, so.
Krayak is a bloody eye on a throne of cables that consumed the entire planet. It's Cthulhu as fuck, you gotta read it.
What is it called?
Krayak.
Oh my gosh. Hopefully this isn't doing anything right.
I haven't. It's not fucking with anything. If that's
Okay,
what you're
okay.
asking.
Elements, layouts.
I found this stream
display.
because the bell was on. Good.
Good job.
fucking
Ring the bell,
man.
fam. Ring the bell.
Digi, do you think you'll get negative consequences from the current bronies because of that lecture? I don't give a fuck about the current bronies. Like, what negative consequences could there be? Other than them flagging the video, I guess. Which I'm sure I will mark as adults only anyway. Well, I won't mark it that way, but it will get... It opens with me taking a huge bong rip, so it's not probably gonna get... What have you done? I can't read
well,
the
it's
chat.
like on IM Games, so I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta fucking log out of that.
What the fuck?
Here, let me see.
Would you just be open and
Get rid
brave?
of this. Log out.
That's why it's not working.
Log in. With
Log in YouTube. Log in with YouTube.
log in with YouTube. And it's Pantsu Party. This one, right?
Yeah, it's Pantsu Party, dude. That's probably why. That's probably why it doesn't work. Well, it's already streaming, so I don't think it's gonna jump, right? I don't think it's gonna change.
The Coke Master has subscribed 20 minutes ago. That's the last subscription.
Okay,
that we
thank
see.
you, Coke Master.
So,
Thank
if
you,
anybody
mods.
subscribes, something could maybe happen, possibly. Maybe a thing will happen on the screen.
No, it's connected to the I Am Games one.
But
I think.
but we just changed it. We just logged into your
I
thing,
don't know.
right? I mean, like, how does this know what we are signed into?
It's going to our channel, so I'm not really that worried about it. It's
Okay.
okay. I've confirmed it on my laptop that it works when I stream, so it doesn't really matter.
Need chat back.
I'm sorry, guys.
Okay.
Alright, let's go fish.
Have you tried Mountain Dew Zero? I have. It's not good.
I don't like it either. It tastes way too artificial. It tastes like a Sprite, but it's made out of, like, instead of sugar, it's made out of pixie sticks.
Does having this stream in a tab that's not open count as watch time? I don't think so.
I think it does. I don't know.
I think you, well, maybe if it's just the audio, but I think it would help. I don't know. I actually do not know. I hope it does. When are you guys watching Legend of the Galactic Heroes on High Dive? Eventually.
We have High Dive.
Stream channel, does that mean no more Pantsu analysis?
No, I'll still make analysis videos. It's just like I will be making this as my primary output.
The thing is,
I wouldn't
don't,
consider the videos that I made like occasionally like
I really don't think that you are somebody who has any desire to have to come up with a new analysis video on like a regular schedule. Like, you have ideas for things that you want to talk about once in a while, and then a video might come out of that. And it's a long, intensive process. You spend days on the scripts and days on the editing, and it's like, it needs to be a real passion project that you actually give a shit about. And not everybody can, like, force analysis out of their brain 4 times a month.
yeah, I'm
you know?
not interested in making videos constantly. So if like, you know, if there is a type of content that I want to make consistently, which I think streaming might, you know, fit into that category at least. I'd rather like have that be my primary focus. And if I'm making things on YouTube more often, I think I'm actually more likely to make things.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm like, you know, engaged with an audience consistently, I think it would help me like want to make things. But this is like makes way more sense for just the way that things are. And I don't really have like that great of a PC. Like I can't do a ton of editing on my computer fast. So I don't think it would make sense for me to like spend all of my time doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Not that that's like an excuse. It's just like I don't know if I'm even necessarily like right in the right place or have the right equipment to like, you know, make analysis my full-time job. So I'm just doing this for fun.
Paisano asked, how do you protect yourself when buying groceries?
Rubber gloves, dude. I don't know if you can find anymore, but we just wore rubber gloves and like practiced social distancing, I guess. I guess that's the new hot word.
Star says May's analysis is better than 95% of AnyTube, despite the fact that she only made a few videos. I agree.
I want to keep it that way. That's why I don't want
Yeah,
to make
exactly.
too many videos. I don't want it to be like, oh, I have to say something when I don't have things to say. Because, like, usually my videos, too, are responses to things that are going on in, like, the social climate. So this just makes more sense.
Son of Marowak says, you guys should stream VR on the PS4. I love watching
Yes.
people play Beat Saber, anything really. I definitely intend, whereas May's stream is going to become like an actual show. I think if I stream, I just want to stream VR. Like, but the problem is that if I, like, the only streaming computer I have is the one we're using right now, which is in my office, and there's not, like, a setup in here that would be good for VR. So, you know, there is a PC that Tom was trying to fix, but did not find time to. But if I can figure out how to fix it, I can do streaming from that PC, possibly. We'll see what happens.
Yes.
I just watched the weight problem video before the stream, and it was great. So
Oh,
it would
awesome.
it would be a shame not having more. There will be
There
more.
will be
They're
more.
just, you know, like there was a period where May was like tasking herself to come up with like, here's an amount of videos that I'm going to do over the course of this year, and then like a lot of them were like oh, this is like way out of hand amount of work, or like this, you know, like, oh,
Well, I have
don't
lots
really
of
wanna
ideas
make
for
videos
like
every fucking
big
week.
projects, and like those big projects, like they're never gonna get done if I'm worried about smaller projects.
Right.
So
It's better to just be a streamer who puts out videos when you have a video, you
Yeah.
know? Like, I think that's a way healthier, like, in terms of something you can monetize, like, streams obviously don't have as big of an audience, but they have a dedicated audience, and I think that you are more of a, like, you make great analysis videos, but you're also, like, kind of a personality person, you know? Like, people watch you because they think it's funny to listen to you, I have to assume.
I mean, they probably wouldn't be listening for this long if it was just for my opinions. You know what I mean?
Well, you always have people on and you have fun conversations. I mean, you and Michelle had like 115
to.
viewers when you
It
guys
was also
streamed
'cause
during
it was, like,
RadCon, which was like
You know,
as
people
good
wanted
at least.
RadCon content, so,
Right,
like,
but it
they
was
came to
at
see
that was
us.
as many as the views as we were getting on RadCon.
No,
content,
we
you
had
know?
like consistently like half as many. If you guys streamed that day, we probably pulled in half as many people.
Well,
Which
it
I mean,
seemed
I
like
think is
a-
good for just like me and Michelle. Oh, there's some shit running around. Oh my gosh, it's a spider.
Toho lecture is a good idea. Someone should do that. Yeah, I was going to, but it was going to take more
I
research
caught
than
him.
I had time for.
Oh, it's so
Um,
spooky.
And like, frankly,
He's
the thing
moving.
about like, I wanted to do a Toho lecture, but the bottom line is I will never be the man who should do it because I will never know as much about Toho or be good enough at the games to really talk about them in that kind of depth. So it's like someone else should do that. But like, I do want to do. My biggest ideas that I had at RadCon were that I wanted to do Hunter Thompson and Oscar Wilde. And I think Hunter Thompson would be like the most fun for me. So like, I just have to read all this shit and like learn everything about him basically. Get a Switch Lite. It's one of the best consoles/handhelds. Period.
Does it
I
get
have
warm?
a regular Switch.
Because like the regular Switch gets like really warm when you hold it. And it's like, I don't know. I just don't like when a device gets like so hot and you're holding it. It's really uncomfortable. But yeah, I don't know, because like Conrad doesn't use the Switch enough, so like for me to go and buy a Switch Lite I think would be kind of extra. And I like having like the regular Switch because you can obviously stream, and I don't know how easy it would be with the Switch Lite. But yeah, I recommend it if you like want a handheld. I was telling my mom to get one, so I think she would enjoy it. Let's assess this. Oh, I don't have a fossil. It's the tarantula. This guy's not gonna like a tarantula. He freaked out when I brought him a moth, so I don't know if he'll be very happy. Let's see. Hands up, anyone who's gonna practice social distancing after Corona.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much
Every
how
day
we
for the rest of my
normally
life.
are. Like, I never really liked being super close to strangers.
Is that? I'm assuming that says old school underground mixtape, but with different fucked up letters than what I wrote it with. Says Digi Pantsu, love your work, been bumping old school underground mixtape almost religiously. It's infectious. Glad you like it.
I like it a lot too. He really doesn't like it. I gave him a tarantula.
Keyblade Spirit says, I agree with May not pushing too hard on making analysis videos. Would be a shame if she turned into Jeff. I know it sounds impossible, but you'd be surprised how easily that darkness creeps in. Oh, I've seen it, my man. I have seen it. Anime has a weight problem. It's
I
the
don't
best
think
video
that would ever
about...
happen. I don't think I could consistently come up with good ideas. Or maybe I could if I just had
Well, you
enough
don't
people.
need, you just need an SEO guy telling you what to talk about, and then you just need to
Yeah.
find something to say
Right.
about
I
it.
spend a lot of my time doing SEO,
Like,
so
I
if
mean,
I had somebody else
you-
doing it for me,
you
maybe
are
I'd have
good-
more
like,
time.
Every video that May has ever told me to make has been a successful video. Dear Crunchyroll Stop, 1.2 million views. Pokemon, classic Pokemon was Dark AF. That has like 300,000.
That was just because they were like marathoning all of the shows.
The Yuri top 5 Yuri anime, which seemed like it wasn't a hit at first,
Yeah, it's not one of the biggest
somehow
videos of
crept
the
up
year.
to like 200K.
Yeah.
And Pokemon was the same way. It took a while. But it's because you tend to know like what happens to be going around right now. Because like with Dear Crunchyroll, it was like High Guardian Spice thing came out. There was controversy. You were like, you should cover this. Oh, the Ghost in the Shell. I think you told me to do that one too.
Yeah.
Which didn't like blow up, but it
No.
still had like 50K or something.
People were
like that.
talking about your opinions at least afterwards. On 4chan.
What? Oh, they were talking about my opinion.
Yeah, after that
Oh,
video.
the Ghost in the Shell one. Yeah, that's
There's
right.
like a brief thread about you until it got taken down.
But yeah, like I think like all
see
of
how much
those
money I
cases were essentially you told me like here's a thing that you could talk about, and I just found an angle that would be exciting for me. And I can't always do it. Like you've told me ideas for videos and I've just been like, nah, like somebody else has already done that, or like I don't want to do that one. But like if I have like the Pokemon one at first, I was like, I don't have anything to say about Pokemon. And then like I just started or I thought, what angle could I take? And then I thought, how about gym leaders? And then I thought, all right, who's the first gym leader? Brock. Soon as I thought about Brock, had a video idea, and I was just like, all right. And you know, so it's funny, like you obviously could like recognize anything that was going to be SEO relevant, but you do not have it in you to force yourself to think of an angle to talk about something, because I've seen you try and get frustrated and fed up. And the one time
it's really like kind of a shame.
The one
because
time you tried
it's
to
really
do it-
bad when I try to like write news stories for school.
you did this one thing where you wrote this video about how you weren't going to write a video about Darling in the Franxx. Like, it was the only way you could think of to market a, like, okay, I'll make a video that has Darling in the Franxx in the title, but I'm not going to write a video about Darling in the
No,
Franxx.
it was more about Kim Kardashian dyeing her hair pink so
Yeah.
she could be like 0-2.
It was a hilarious script. I hope you will, in fact, you should just read it on stream sometime.
I don't know if I still have it. It's on a different
fuck.
computer. I'm not worried about it. It was pretty insane.
Are you sure it wasn't on Drive or anything?
I don't know. I might have put it on Drive.
It was a fun, like, 2.5-minute script that never got made, sadly, and the point
do
of
it.
it pretty much passed.
I could pretty much do it if I needed to. If you need me to record it right now, I could pretty much recite it. I'm
What, from
sure.
memory?
Yeah.
No way.
It was just me, like, it was mainly like a lot of visual gags that I wanted to have.
Boba Bickle says his Switch Lite does not get warm, by the way.
Yeah, it seemed like that would. It seems like a pretty well designed like handheld console, but that's just like the one thing I find limiting about the Switch is I'd rather play it on the TV just because like it gets really hot when you put it in your hands, and the battery doesn't last that long if you have it on like max lighting.
What's May going to school for?
I am going to school. I'm studying public relations. I'm actually like, I guess you could say it's lucky or unlucky, but I was signing up for classes online, and now that COVID has come through, the college that I'm going to is like only going to online, so like all the professors have to adjust their classes, but like mine's already online, so literally no difference. But yeah, that's either lucky or unlucky depending on how you see it.
Definitely unlucky.
I
Because
agree.
disruption would have given you more time.
I think my professors will be pretty lenient about just due dates at this period, but yeah, it's definitely like a really whack time to be in school. I'm sure anybody who's like a college student can relate. It's like just the anxiety of is this going to impact when I graduate? That's kind of like what I'm worried about because I'm supposed to graduate at the end of the regular year, so I hope they still are offering all the classes and stuff online, but because they may need those professors who are certified to teach online to teach mandatory classes, so I might not be able to take certain classes.
When's Poke Thoughts Part 2? It'll happen.
You recorded a bit.
I actually have recorded like 1 or 2 clips
That's
for
excellent.
it. Keyblade Spirit says, wait, was that not made? I swear I saw a video with May explaining something about Kim Kardashian and 02. I'm sure we talked about it in a Let's Play or something.
Oh my god, you are a new type and you just saw it through my mind.
I think
I'm sure we talked about it
it
on Digibro versus everybody. That's all, because like that was around that period.
I mean, I'm sure we brought it up again later too.
Yeah.
Because you've brought it up to me a lot of times. It clearly was like a scarring event of pop culture for you.
Oh yeah, okay, so Kim Kardashian like went to Japan with Kanye West, and she like when she was there, fell in love with anime and anime culture, and she like took a bunch of pictures with like with Darling and the Franxx like posters, and she's like very into. Her name is 002, right? Not 2B and not CC, so
Yeah.
but the same.
Mission asks, so when does Animal Crossing become fun? Are you having fun?
I'm having fun, but this is all that it is.
Yeah.
You just kind of go and run errands, but like it's not really a game that I would recommend sitting down and playing for like hours because it's definitely very repetitive.
I mean, it's designed to make you not do that. Like,
Yeah.
they definitely don't want you to try to, like, spend all day playing it. It's meant to be a routine game. It's mostly about the aesthetics. It's about, like, being able to create your own aesthetic, like, place and, like, setting goals for yourself and achieving them. Basically, living a better life in the game than you're capable of IRL. Really enjoy a lot of your content, especially the podcast stuff, podcasting over PSP, Whirling Dervish. Hate to be a bother, but did you see my PM I sent you on Discord? Should I contact you on Patreon? Let me look. I don't know what your,
He sent you a message.
Discord.
Alright. Let's donate
Let's
these
see.
fossils, dog. I don't know if this Archelon skull I've turned in before, but this one's definitely new. Could it be
Oh,
a
here we
left
go.
Peach
Chilies.
release?
It's supposed to be here. It's a rant request. No worries. You will definitely get your rant done. I am way behind on all rants, but I'm pretty much planning to set aside April to the purpose of doing nothing but catching up. with-
Yeah, and that's
rants
again another thing
care
why I
packs
am
and-
streaming.
Yes.
Is so I
May's
can-
stream is going to be the only thing keeping her sane during the long periods of me sitting in here going, "You're like rant about it, $15 month, rant about, you can get one of these, might be one of those. This one's for blah blah blah, who says duty. Who at RadCon had coronavirus? Probably everybody. Probably.
At this point, nobody has had confirmed coronavirus.
Carlos Oliveira
Nobody's been
says,
tested.
I've been on quarantine for almost a week now. I'm starting to understand what living like a NEET is. It feels like the perfect time to start watching Welcome to the NHK.
Yes.
I can't believe how new this is for people. Like, this is just how I've always lived my life.
Oh,
I've
Jesus
never
Christ.
left the house. Digi, almost
Even
all
when
those
I was a
PS4 games you
functioning
got-
member of society, I was still a NEET. Like, every time I could be home or, like, hang out with friends, I was.
Among all those PS4 games you got, did you pick up Death Stranding? No, not yet. Again, got into VR. Death Stranding is on the list of games I'm interested in, though. I used to get up early in the morning to play Harvest Moon and then be done with the game by the time I went to sleep that night. It was all I did for over a month. So you just beat Harvest Moon over and over again.
Yeah, Harvest Moon doesn't have, like, the same internal clock, though, like this
Right.
game. Like, a new day doesn't start until, like,
Right.
a new day has started IRL. So if you, like, you have to wait a day for your house to be built, I mean, you can just make money in the meantime, but it's not like you can really progress the story or anything.
What's the best Pokemon of every type?
We made an image of this, right?
Yes,
Didn't we
you
make,
do
like,
have
a-
one on your Twitter somewhere.
Yeah. Actually, on our Twitters, if you go to our Twitters, my Twitter is _I'm super cute.
I have no idea where the fuck, like, what you would have to search to find this, but
I think if you type in, like, I'm super cute and _I'm super cute in Pokemon, it might come up, but if you go through all my images, you'll find it. I don't post that many images to Twitter, so you'll find it. Maybe I could find it right now and direct you to it. Let me know if you want me to do that. I don't think it's worth it, though. Oh, guys, I started a Discord server. So the point of the Discord server is I'm going to have, like, a section where I call in callers in my live streams. So people who are in the Discord can, like, you know, potentially call in if they wanted to, or they can, like, share any kind of videos or stories they want me to talk about in the live streams. And you'll also, like, know when they are. And you can also chill with me. I have a board strictly dedicated to coronavirus. It's called Cooftainment. So, if you're like in the Digicord and you're like kind of like, oh, I wish May would be talking about the coronavirus in here, she has left. It's because I'm doing it all in Cooftainment. So the latest coronavirus hot news is they officially postponed the Olympics, the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. Very, very disappointing, but inevitable. We all knew it was coming. Japan has been fighting tooth and nail to keep interest in the Olympics. They really wanted to do it. A lot of work has been put into having it at that time, but a bunch of countries, including Canada, have said like they're not even gonna send their Olympians to the Olympics. So if like the countries are even saying they don't want to do it, it's probably the right time to cancel it. Like we don't know what situation we're gonna be in when the Olympics happen. I think they happen in late summer. So
the brick shitting maturity right now coming from you. You're like, yeah, gonna have to cancel the Olympics. My favorite thing that happens every year. Every 2 years.
Every two, but it's every 4 years for the Summer Olympics. So it's like
you're gonna miss out on a whole summer.
Well,
Olympics.
they'll postpone it. I think to 2021. I think that's when they were saying.
Yeah.
It's just really sad that it's like that something could happen of this scale, but it's the right thing to do. You know, it alleviates a lot of stress I think those athletes may have about making the decision whether or not to go, whether or not to put their families at risk. You know, people...
Where can they find a link to the Discord?
The Discord's it should be just in the description of this video. I'm pretty sure I put the link there.
Let me make sure.
If not, I'll edit it right now. I'll put it in.
You know you can't click description links on mobile?
Is that true?
Yeah, you can't click on links in the description on mobile.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, even though it's not, like... Even though the video itself is not in my sub feed, your post of
that's what I hoped, because I tried to put a notification in.
Yeah, but those only show up on mobile.
I tried to contact YouTube about it, but I don't know. I'm kind of worried about that.
You can click the link in the description.
Yeah, I thought you could.
Oh, maybe they fixed that.
Is it
People used to bitch all the time about how you couldn't click on links on mobile.
I caught a yellow perch.
Well, shit. Nobody told me that they fixed it.
My fishing rod broke. No. Well, time to go. I'm pretty sure I've already caught this boy. No, it's a new guy. Let's read about the yellow perch. I love this. It's like a Pokedex in here. Oh, no, maybe it's for the tarantula. I love this. I love how detailed it is. It doesn't give you any information. You have to take it to the director to do, but yeah, this is a night owl creature.
If I mute the stream but leave it open, does it still count towards the watch hours you guys need? I don't know. I don't think so, but maybe.
I don't think so either, but if it's playing, then I don't think there's any harm in trying it, you know?
Yeah, why not? I mean, if you don't want to listen to it, don't force yourself. You know?
It's really, I'm really thankful if you do that, but I'd prefer you watched it, but
They're
I
discussing
can't tell you not to.
Gunt says he'll add a big coof emote to my server if somebody makes it.
Oh, excellent. Is it going to be the album cover? I'll make the big coof.
I have no idea.
I want the
They just
coofer to
said
be
they needed a big coof.
an avatar. I've been trying to make like Discord emojis every single day, like a new one. So hopefully we'll have like, a culture of Discord emotes. If anybody like has a good idea for one, you should message me on Discord.
Cozy says, I deleted Discord because it was a horrible distraction trying to stay strong, ...
Staying sober.
What's your advice? What do you think they should do?
No, don't do it if you have a problem with Discord. Just be on my Twitter. I'll announce streams too.
Thoughts on spiders?
Spiders are our friends. I like spiders. I mean, I don't like love spiders being around me, but I've touched and played with spiders before. They're pretty fun. How do you feel about spiders?
Just keep them away from me, and they're fine.
Yeah, I'm like the designated spider squisher, but like I'm always.
That's not true. I mean, I don't kill spiders because they kill other bugs. So
right.
Like, I see them as.
I just take them outside
helpful.
if they're gross. Like there's a bunch of like hairy spiders. Like
they're also aesthetically cool, so they don't disgust me the way that most bugs do.
For sure.
Like I don't want to be close to them because I don't trust like that. But
with content down for a bit, How do you feel on the seasonal shows currently?
Haven't been watching them because Canton's down.
Also, I don't think most shows have started their season.
I don't watch anime if it's not for work. You know, I have to know that I'm gonna make a video.
That's not true. We just watched Minky Momo.
That was not Minky Momo. That was fucking. Oh, it's not Fancy Lala.
No,
either.
it's not.
It's the one where she's got blue hair. Fuck.
Watched episode 2 of it, where she goes.
God damn it.
What's her magical word? It's
I don't remember.
Pop,
It's-
peep, poop, pop.
It's a bunch of
Peep,
shit.
peep, Poppity, poopity, poppity.
Oh, yeah, damn it. What the fuck is her name?
Poppity, peep, poop, poop, pop, poop, poop, poop.
Fuck. Well,
Creamy lemon.
Creamy Mommy.
Creamy mommy.
Creamy Mommy.
It's very, like, that show is, like, very lolicon oriented. The second episode opened with her, like, putting on clothes.
They all are like that, though.
No, of that era, yeah, definitely. But,
Did you like Devo's video? It was fine. I mean, like, it was exactly what I thought. I was like, I'm gonna click on this video. He's gonna recommend some spooky anime that I've already seen. And that's exactly what happened. And I went, yeah, those are good shows. So, cool. You know, if you wanted some spooky anime to watch, I already know all the spooky anime,
Right.
so it really didn't do anything for me.
I like that he, shouted out Satoshi Kon. That was cool.
What do you think about Project Melody? Somebody is asking again.
I love Project Melody. First of all, I think it's so funny that cam girls are so upset on Chatterbait about having to share a turf with her. There is an interesting caller on the Dick Show who was kind of like talking about how Project Melody got around a lot of the restrictions on Chatterbait as to who can like start a channel and stuff, and that she was already being promoted, and that there was already a virtual like cam girl on their site who wasn't promoted. So it's kind of interesting. But the guy who made the actual avatar for her is Digi, I think, and he was at Toricon that one year we were at. So it's kind of just like interesting that we crossed paths with Project Melody.
Yeah, and we also learned from his Twitter that he will make you a virtual YouTuber rig for like $2,000 or something like that. Not that expensive.
No, and I mean his designs are work. They are iconic.
Clearly.
Project Melody is awesome, but she like released merch recently, and I just thought her merch was like really bad. Like
Big surprise.
there's one of her riding like a bottle of lube, like Lubriderm, and it's just like, I mean, this is kind of funny, but I would
She
never
should be
wear this
making,
in
like,
public.
She should be making like a figure. May, what's your favorite horror aesthetic?
I really love like we saw this one movie, the Malfigured Man.
Horrors of the Malformed Man.
Yeah, Horror of
So,
the Malfigured
Aroguro.
Man. That movie was fucking amazing.
I would say both of our horror aesthetics.
very
like,
gross.
the only like horror that I truly actually resonate with is like that movie. Like that
Yeah.
movie was like, wow, this is like what it's like to find your aesthetic, you know.
Definitely like, a malformation, I would say, is my aesthetic. Like, you just drank a bottle of toxic waste and you're growing another head, but your head is also exploding, kind of.
Yeah.
That's how I would describe it, like Akira.
Yeah. I can't wait until 3D models in porn
Oh,
are
yeah, my
actually
fucking
good. They
knees
are
against
though.
it.
There's tons of good 3D model porn. There's tons of it.
There's so many
If
interesting
you're not
styles
following that
too.
one dude, what's his name? SD like, fuck. Drilling SMS. Self-drilling SMS. That's his name. If you're not following self-drilling wherever you can find him, that man's 3D animations are literally fucking godly. They're mostly of like Last of Us characters or
Yeah, let's craft
other
this fishing
shit,
rod.
Ninja Bros was really sick, Digi. It looks like some people bashed it for the mixing, but I thought the obnoxiously loud tracks added to the chaotic end of the world vibe. Good.
Alright. Jacob Wagner says you can't find the Pokemon chart. If you're in the Discord, I'll just post it in the Discord. Do you want to run around and play this
I really
game?
can't imagine that anybody who like complained about the mixing on Ninja Bro has really like listened to Nujabes. Because I feel like he mixes his shit pretty fucking low, too.
Oh my gosh, so many people have joined the Discord. That's excellent.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Why does Tom Nook have babies?
Those are his little helpers. No, just play around. Go fish.
I'm trying to also look at my phone and read the chat.
Okay, you want to change places then? You want to look at the screen?
No.
I just want to help this person out and help him find my chart because I know where it is. I could find it like really fast. It wasn't that long ago.
Is the Radcon Dojin going to be a physical release for backers, or is it just going to be released online? I don't know. Did we say anything about a physical release for that?
I thought there was a physical release.
For the Dojin? I know we're doing one for the Road to Radcon.
I thought
4.
there was for the Dojin.
I don't know. I have to look over it. I have to look at it again.
Maybe not.
Whatever it says on the Kickstarter page is what will be made reality. So.
Kickstarters are so great.
Have I listened to
Okay, I
Negative
found it.
XP? No.
Alright, dude. If you're in the Discord right now, I'm just gonna post a picture of it and you can see it. But that's my top Pokemon. The Discord link's in the chat, by the way. I'm sorry. I had to do it.
Tarbuck Transom says it's funny
Jacob
that people
Wagner joined the Discord. It's in there.
It's funny that people bash the mixing on Digibro because I thought Digi's finally good at mixing. Cool. Thank you. I mean, I thought I did a great job on Old School Underground mixtape for the most part. It kind of depends on what sound system you listen to it through. But, you know, I thought it came out sounding really good. And yeah, I understood why people were upset with the mixing on Digibro only when we were at the Rad House. Victor had like one of those portable like waterproof speakers that we were using to play like stuff out of when we were doing the music video. And when I played Digibro out of that, I could barely hear my vocals. And I was like, if people are listening to it out of speakers this shitty, which I know a lot of people are. I know there's people listening to it out of fucking laptop speakers and phone speakers and shitty headsets, but like my speakers are fucking like $30 Logitech speakers. They're not expensive. Like I don't mix my shit on like high-end stuff. I try to make it sound good for shitty speakers, but people will listen to your shit through the most garbage implements, and like if your vocals don't stick out, then they really can't hear them.
That's really funny. That's a really funny way of putting it. Alright. He's not coming for that. God damn it. I'm gonna catch a fish! Have you ever gone fishing?
Yeah. Never like, I don't know if I've ever like caught anything. I might have caught like one fish in my life.
Yeah. The worst part is putting the worm on the hook. I always feel like such a savage. I like fishing though.
Eric Andre has a new movie coming out, and I heard he got fed in the beehole by a gorilla. What you think? I am personally excited.
Oh boy.
That sounds nuts.
Yes, that sounds really fun. I love Eric Andre. I'm a big fan. Alright, did I get my fish quota? Yeah, dude, I got my fishes.
Is it just me, or is the stream pretty quiet?
It might be
Quiet?
Nice. Alright. Hit rocks.
I turned it up some.
Let's hit some rocks. That sounds fun, doesn't it?
Wait, you edit and mix on speakers, not headphones? Was not expecting that. I do both. I recently finally got a nice pair of headphones again, because mine had been missing for a long time. And, but I mix on the headphones, and then I mix more through the speakers, and then I mixed into the headphones again, and try to find something that will sound good on both. Digi, did you private your channel's favorite list? I used it to find interesting things on YouTube, but it disappeared one day. I never used the favorites list on my channel. You know, I just used the like button for stuff I like. So I'm sure I had favorites at some point back when I did used to use it. But I had stopped using favorites because when you hit like on something, it used to be that it would show up like, you know, people, if you were subscribed to me, then you would see like videos I liked in your feed if you went to the homepage. and it was really good promotion, but they took that away like 5 years ago. But you know, I still am in the habit of just hitting like on shit. This is Stardew Valley all over again. I mean, that's the type of game it is.
Yeah, I mean, does he mean that I suck at the game?
Well, I mean, there's no goal. Like, Stardew Valley actually had, like, shit you had to do and, like, a time
I would say
limit.
this is way more competent than Stardew Valley.
This game is literally just a fuck-around game.
Yeah.
Like, that is what
Okay,
you
I'm
do.
gonna put my workbench, like, back here.
It feels kind of gay and pathetic to have corona coof symptoms without the titular coof.
Who said
mean,
that?
Ash Vampire.
I mean, yeah, I agree. But, it can take a lot of forms. They say, like, that the earliest of symptoms are, like, gonna be, like, 50% of cases have, like, digestive problems. So I wonder if it's just, like, different versions of it, like, different strands.
Looked up self-drilling SMS, found his Twitter and Newgrounds both have seemingly nothing on them. Look, I've never found anything through actually going to the person's shit. If you go on, you know, Pornhub, there's about 700 uploads of everything he's ever made. So, make liked videos public is still a setting. I had to turn off like 3 months ago when I realized it was still on. No, I mean, you can still go to my liked videos on my channel, but it used to be that if you were on your homepage on YouTube, then the liked videos of people you sub would show up on your homepage. That was how I first found out about a bunch of YouTubers from like Ego Raptor would hit like on their videos and it would just show up for me. It was really cool and I don't know why they got rid of it.
Can hit rocks and catch bugs. Spend bells to buy items.
Is there a Manga Mondays in the pipe? Nope. Any thoughts on BNA? Haven't seen it yet, dog. We just found out it even existed. I am not up and up on, like, anything. Like, people always ask me, like, oh, did you hear about this? No. Until you told me. But then 700 other people tell me, and then I'm like, yes. So, you know, it's like, it doesn't take me that long to find out about things, but I always find out from somebody, you know? I never know about it beforehand. I never know that things are coming. It's always, like, after I get told. And then I get told like 700 times.
Of course. Let's see what I need to make the net. All these things keep breaking around me. Alright. We need more tree branches. 3 more.
I never know about...
Oh, that's spooky.
BNA is out already? Apparently 6 episodes
6
are out. That's what we are hearing.
We're excited.
Have you been reading manga anyway? I've read some... I mean, there were like 3 manga that I had read for Manga Mondays. Because the Spy X Family was going to be the next episode, and then May got too busy with school and couldn't edit it. And then I had already pre-read the first volume of Stravaganza, which is pretty fun. And I read all of Planetes. I think it was Planetes. I don't remember. It explains how you say it in there. No, it was like Planetes or something like that. It's some weird... It was not the way I expected it to be pronounced.
Yeah, dude.
But, like, that... I read all of that. That was really good. I don't remember enough about either of them to really, like, describe them in detail right now. I read, like, half of Metamorphosis and then dropped it because I didn't think it was that good.
The Metamorphosis?
Yeah.
Like the porn?
Yes, the porn.
I see.
But...
You dropped it?
Yeah, it was...
It's so short.
It's not. It's fucking long.
I
It's
read it
mad
online,
long.
so I guess it didn't feel that bad.
Look at the size of the fucking thing. It's like a full fucking
I read the whole thing.
250
dude.
pages
I
or some
can't believe
shit.
I ate the whole thing.
It's just like... You get the point, and then
It's
you
true.
get sick of it.
Yeah, it's very. I mean, it's a hard read. I'm sure
It
there's.
goes so long. A hard read, like...
I mean, as in
read.
hard, like it's fucking emotionally painful.
It's really
to read.
not. It's retarded and gay, and I didn't like it at all. I thought the story was dumb and
Well,
corny.
I'm glad you didn't find it emotionally painful. I didn't either.
I mean,
but I know people online
I
are
skipped
like
to
that.
the end and read the end, and I was like, if this really affected you, you're retarded. You know, like this is.
I
dumb.
agree. I definitely agree. But people relate to the main character a lot. It's a concerning thing, you know.
You should not relate to that main character.
I know. I could make a stone stool. I guess I gotta get one more insect.
What
And I
in the
can
fuck
collect.
is this person trying to say? Sparse Apron says, bruh, our president might be even more stupid than yours, since at least your kind of recognizes the existence of coronavirus.
Where are they from?
Yeah, I guess that's a good question.
Are you
If
from UK?
If you're not talking about
You got
America,
Boris
then I guess that makes
Johnson.
sense.
Because I have just
Okay,
been
so
hearing
he's saying
bad things
he's
about
saying
that.
our president might be stupider than I thought he was saying stupider than you, as in us. Like I was like, are you saying that the president is dumber than us because the president doesn't recognize the existence of coronavirus? But he mean his is dumber than ours.
Yeah, no, I think that's what he means.
I think you're right.
Okay, I needed...
Yeah, you must have a real fucking unfortunate president. Thoughts on Spy X Family? It's really fucking good. That's my thoughts on it. You should definitely read it.
It's a great shonen.
I mean, I only read like the first 7 or 8 chapters because that's where it was at the time.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more at this point, right? Is
It's
it
gotta
weekly
be.
or is it bi-weekly?
I think it's either bi-weekly or monthly.
Okay. So maybe there isn't that much.
I think knowing what Metamorphosis is about before you read it ruins the experience. I mean, how could you not know what it's about? And how could you not figure it out by the end of like chapter 2? Like, the whole thing is like, it's
Well,
just
you don't know what
fetish
the
porn of
end
this
is gonna
girl's
be. You don't know that
becoming
there's like a, you know, demise.
I've read
of
enough
character.
manga to know where
No,
it's gonna
right?
go
Yeah.
pretty early on. Like, it's not. I get the feeling that, you know, because that particular story has infamy, that a lot of people who haven't seen those types of manga have read it, and therefore it's like got a reputation. But
Yes.
like, you know, I've already read like 1,000 other things with the exact same fucking plot. You know, it was pretty dry for me.
I feel you. Shout out to Eggs Hentai. For providing us that hardcore bullshit.
Your thumbnail, view channel, customize channel, add a section, content, liked videos. You're saying that would put it on my channel. Well, yeah. I mean, that would be adding it to the front. I'm not talking
Oh, a
about...
bunch of guys ran away.
You have to
from me.
understand, I'm not saying that on my page, like my channel page, it used to say what videos I liked. I mean on your homepage, you as a user, when you click home on Google, it would have like liked videos from people you subscribe to show up there. And it was hugely important to how YouTubers, like that's why YouTubers used to all reach out to one another to try to get promotion, because if you even, like, if I used to hit like on somebody's video, they would get 100 views, guaranteed.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to have a liked videos page on my channel.
That was
you
just
know?
such like a great thing for YouTube to do because it like, you know, promoted other people.
It was super beneficial.
And it made people
and
make
I
connections.
don't know
and
why
stuff.
they got rid of it.
Because they're fucking stupid. Because they just want to promote like already industry people and people who are like guaranteed hits.
Yeah.
They don't want people to become famous on YouTube anymore.
Do you know when the Brad Garlinghouse diss track is coming out? Probably before too very long. I mean, the diss track chronologically follows the Brad Garlinghouse lecture. So the lecture will come out first, then the diss track. Victor's editing the video for the diss track. So, yeah.
I guess I'll just collect shells. Those are pretty easy to collect. I'm just returning those boys. I'm looking for bugs. Oh, there's a bug right there. Oh, well, I'll just go back, I guess. So far, BNA is Vaporwave Zootopia.
I mean, that sounds pretty cool. Have you heard of Disco Elysium, the actual best game of last year that let you play out the story of an alcoholic homeless man? I have. I want to play it. I will probably play it for my show, Finding the Best Video Story in Video Games. It might even be episode 2, if popular demand wills it.
I want to buy some flowers, plant some flowers, or trees maybe.
I've never felt more disgusted with humanity than when I opened YouTube in an incognito tab. I know the feel, bro.
Good, no more bullshit.
He was saying that his favorite part of Karikano is that they started dating by episode 4.
Yeah,
Good,
but he's
no
saying
more
your
bullshit.
your catchphrase.
I actually think it might be even faster than that. No, it's done with bullshit is my catchphrase.
Yeah, but he's
DWB,
fucking done with it.
bullshit.
We're all done with it. Guys, you have to say done with bullshit. No more bullshit is not cool.
Done with bullshit. DWB. We'll see what
let's go
happens.
put
We'll
some-
see if it works over there.
Jesus
Always
Christ.
looking for the next kooky thing to put on a
Let's
piece of
dig
merch.
let's dig some
that's
trees.
That's me. That's Digibro.
Let's dig a tree right here. Let's dig a cedar tree. I don't know if this... I don't know how different these trees are gonna look. I don't know if they're like the apple trees. I guess not. They're cedar. Maybe they'll make better wood. Let's see. Have you heard of Disco Elysium, the actual best game of last year? That lets you play out the story of an alcoholic homeless man. I haven't heard of that. Maybe Conrad has. I'll ask him. I'd be surprised if you never heard of It's a Big Meme with Ironic Weaves. Oh, okay, okay.
I already read all that.
Do you know about Disco Elysium?
We already caught up in chat. We already read.
Oh, you already read that?
I read everything.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I couldn't tell because I literally couldn't tell. I'm sorry. Why not down with bullshit? What about down with bullshit?
I mean, you can interpret it that way if you want, but it's done with bullshit. Because I am done with bullshit.
Oh, I only need to plant one tree. They only wanted me to plant one tree. Grow fruit. Okay, well, I have all these other trees, so I'm gonna plant them.
What is the best game story that each of you would really like to break down? Is there a game
Oh,
story
can
you want to break
fucking
down?
use this pole? Me?
Yeah.
Game story? I don't know. I don't think I've ever had like a really like close connection with the game story. Can I get up here with the
Final
pole?
Fantasy X.
Final Fantasy X would be cool. I don't know. It just seems like such like an ambitious project. I'd rather work with like smaller media. In case you didn't know this, I'm not a gamer girl. I'm sorry that I reread that Disco Elysium like fucking comment. I'm sorry.
Why are you so sorry about that?
I was not paying attention. When I hear about video games, my mind kind of just goes blank. It's a real cognitive disorder.
I'm curious how the Brad lecture will turn out. I'm hoping for a theatrical reenactment of how he swiftly bypassed all PCP security. And no, it's gonna be a lecture. You know, it's gonna be a. I'm very like the Brad Garlinghouse lecture, in my mind at least, went extremely well and pretty much set the tone for RadCon 4. It was like up till that point. All we had was like vlogs and stuff of us like, you know, getting ready. We had spent all day writing our raps and like getting like me, Ben, Hippo, and Munchie just like driving around town buying shit that we needed for RadCon. And then like that night when we finally all got to the house after our live stream, we did the Brad Garlinghouse lecture. And I was just like, this was fucking magical. I don't know if it came out as well on camera as it did in person, but I really enjoyed it.
It's gonna be lit. I don't care what anybody else says. It definitely will be lit. I'm excited for it. I'm really excited for all the lectures. I haven't seen any of them yet. What are you eating?
I'm eating these likey rice crackers, red rice with sea salt, and I'm putting them in everything bagels flavored hummus.
It's pretty good.
Kind of wish I had gotten the red pepper hummus though, because I wanted a little spice.
I thought we
regret
had
not
one
buying
in the
any
fridge.
beef jerky. We do.
Why didn't you just grab that one?
That's what I'm saying. I wish I had grabbed it.
Okay. Gomen, many gomens.
Meningo man.
I'm sorry, yeah, I am a fake normie girl. I guess that's true.
All of a sudden is my shit. Cool. FF9 and Souls games are the only game stories I care about. I've played... You know, I played a bit of Final Fantasy IX recently. And, I do like the characters in the story, but I will be really surprised if I like it as much as Final Fantasy X in the end. I prefer competitive and challenging games, not gay story shit.
Same. That's why I'm playing Animal Crossing. It's so competitive and challenging.
I mean, I would say that I agree with you only because there's only like 5 games with worthwhile stories in them. But they're worthwhile. And I'm gonna find the best one.
I got a new commission today.
Hmm?
You guys should check out my new commission. It's on Twitter. It's this like Russian artist who like makes like 80s anime commissions.
Is that gonna be your new avatar?
For something. They're still trying to go ahead of the wedding. Did you see?
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna be able to do that.
No, I think it's completely illegal and they'll probably get in trouble. But like, good luck. I'll still go, I guess.
What the fuck? You're not a real gamer girl? Unsubscribed.
Please unsubscribe.
She's playing video games though. Fake normie girl.
Yeah, it's true.
Halfway through Tom's lecture and it's based as fuck. We're gonna watch it soon probably.
Yeah, like today or tonight or tomorrow morning. I definitely want to watch it like ASAP though.
Yeah, I mean like what I've got to do going forward for the next for a while is like a bunch of content that's in the works, as I talked about, like my book and the lecture. But other than that, I'm working on this fucking Mass Effect video, and while I'm playing Mass Effect, there thankfully have been like 200 hours worth of podcasts released while we were at RadCon. You know, there's like 3 dick shows, I think,
Here's
and
my money tree.
all the lectures.
Can I water it?
You know, live streams I wasn't already on. We can listen to all that shit.
Is it not gonna let me water it? I don't know. Maybe not.
As boring as it might be, tackling the story of a Pokemon game and going over its problems might be neat. I mean, that just wouldn't be the point of my series. Like, it's looking for the best video game story. There is no time to fuck around with anything that's not, like, in the running. Like, the only games I'll be covering are games which people have commonly said this has one of the best video, you know, stories in video game history. Every time Mangadex goes down, I'm scared it's going to be gone for good. Either of you guys like J-Reg. His post-irony and reverse ethno-state videos are gold. Never heard of him.
Reverse ethno-state? What does that mean?
Tom's Animorph lecture
I'm
is already
excited.
an instant classic, and Hippo's lecture was great as well, albeit a bit on the esoteric side, and what with me not having fully even consumed Homestuck yet.
Not on my watering can.
Consume Homestuck, burrito.
course
It
I
is a good
would.
idea to consume Homestuck. There's a reason May's autism level is so low. Low.
You think it's low? Have you
No.
ever heard me talk about the coronavirus? That's the proof that, you know...
Honestly, Kusomega really makes me want to try writing. Go for it, dude. Go for it. I'll tell you, I had an experience of watching the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy BBC series for reasons that will become clear eventually. And I like it's very much like a direct translation of the book into TV, and it was very surreal because I feel like the style
My
of
shit's
that book
breaking.
more or less defined like the way that I and everybody who I am influenced by writes. Like clearly, you know, the elements of the things that I am influenced by that like translated into how I write like originate from, you know, that book and its
Need
mentality.
5 tree branches. That's easy.
And I could see why, like, if you read Kusomega and you were like, oh, I can write a book, like this makes me understand how I could write a book.
Oh Jesus.
Like,
Run, 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 run. Get away, get away, get away! Help me! No, get away!
I guess I would say that, like, that's how I felt after reading Mog World by Yahtzee Croshaw.
I have my medicine. I'll be okay. Aww. I'm hideous.
Best video game story,
Look
Devil
at-
May Cry 3, not a joke.
I got fucked up.
Doubt.
Take
Also,
this
damn.
medicine.
Oh, you cured it.
Yeah, I got
Perfect.
attacked by bees. It happens sometimes. It's normal.
What are those games that you see commonly referred to as the best game story? Well, you've got Mass Effect, Final Fantasy VII, Xenogears, fucking Planescape Torment, Deus Ex, like all those fucking real-time strategy games, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, stuff like that. Just anything that comes up in conversations of what is the best game story. The Last of Us, even though personally I think that will definitely be one of the ones I come down hard on if I do cover it.
Yeah, I think so too. Oh no, I'm gonna have to get more medicine.
The only
probably.
Pokemon game stories worth the salt are Black and White and Black 2, White 2. Nah, I don't think so, buddy.
You don't like the story in black and white?
I mean, no, because it's shit. And the story in all the
But you
Pokemon
have-
games is shit.
You have a husband, and wants to fuck you,
And
canonically.
N sucks. N is boring as fuck. He has one personality trait. He's not a character.
I mean, how could you not like the girl from Black and White too? She's so cute. She's like
You mean the
a
main
wife.
girl? That's
Yeah.
not a story, though.
No, it doesn't matter. Pokemon never
Can
had
I
a
visit your
story.
island?
Yeah, I don't have Nintendo online set up, but once I do, yeah, you can. I'll let people check it out.
So not yet.
There's nothing cool on it yet, but there will be soon. My friend
Reviews-
has like a museum set up, and he's like excited to like teach people about zoology through it. So I'm excited.
Reviews of
Season.
Azoken and Ishizoku reviewers on Content Win.
Yes.
Soon.
Please.
Those are literally the 2 shows that we are probably going to review.
Please. Alright, let's make this axe.
Talking about coronavirus isn't autistic. Normies just have no self-preservation. It's the way she talks about coronavirus.
Yeah. I
The
mean,
ability
anybody
to
can...
instant recall every stat and event that has happened in the entire history of the coronavirus is...
I can't recall every stat. That's a little overkill.
People always praise the story of Final Fantasy VII, but for me, the one in 10 is much better. I mean, I'll find out for myself. I love the story in Final Fantasy X, so I'll see how I feel, I guess. If you like the Hitchhiker's Guide TV series, definitely listen to the radio too. It's got a bunch of content that didn't get adapted anywhere else, and it came before the books. Came before the books?
That's
Huh.
interesting.
I didn't even know that.
You learn
The
something
Last
new
of Us is
every
one of the
day.
worst video game stories. I don't know if it has one of the worst, but it's not anything special. Mago step on the rock on the beach some more. The footstep sound was pleasing.
I got you. I'm going.
Do you ever go to a YouTuber's videos and sort by most views?
Yeah.
Do you just click around or purely use the sidebar? I usually will, when I discover a new YouTuber, I usually like start with their newest videos because I assume those will be the best. And then I work my way back through their catalog or like look at what their older stuff was, you know. But I pretty much just like try to start with videos that look interesting to me and work my way out from there.
Oh, he disappeared.
I don't know about the story, but the Trails series has good world building. That's what I've heard. I've heard that those games have some sick fucking world building. Are you gonna revisit Undertale then? Lol. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure it'll come up in the conversation.
that's really funny. I needed something that needed softwood.
What is May's fruit?
My fruit? Oh, it was a peach and apple.
Peach and apple.
Yeah, those are the fruits that I got.
Oh, in the game.
Yeah.
The Assassin's Creed Ezio trilogy seemed to be brought up often as among the best video game stories. One friend of mine called it the FMAB of games, which is weird, but I guess I understand. I would be shocked if that was something I would put in my top game stories. Digi's never gonna sit through a Trails game though. Why not? They're not like 700 hours long, are they? I recently got into Legend of Heroes with Cold Steel 1 and 2, and they became some of my favorite games. Currently playing through the Trails in the Sky trilogy, and they have been great. Yeah, I mean, I've only ever heard good things. Yo, May, I can give you Nintendo Online. I have a space left on my family plan.
Oh,
Says Tommaso
shit.
Choco Taco.
Yo, fam, message me on Discord or on my Twitter account. _ I'm super cute. Discord's in the link below. Also, so is my Twitter, by the way.
So is that 15-hour video the first episode of Best Story in Games, or is it just a separate analysis? That's 25-hour video that we're talking about. And yes, that will be the first episode of the best game story. It will be about Mass Effect 1. I thought people mostly liked Undertale for the save game awareness gimmick, not the story. I mean, that is a major part of the story, but absolutely people like the game for the story.
I have enough softwood.
Trails games are very long. Well, you know, they are RPGs. Digi Chosen the Sky second chapter is literally 80 hours minimum for a regular playthrough. Alright, well, that is pretty fucking long, but... Xenoblade 1 is top tier, but considering you need 100 hours to play through it, I don't know if I like it because it is genuinely amazing or because by the end I had Stockholm Syndrome. I've played, like, back when we were doing IM games, I was considering doing a video on Xenogears because basically for a while I've had the realization that the only way I was going to be able to make a splash in the gaming scene was if I made, like, preposterously long, in-depth videos, because that is already something that's catching on, and it's something I do really well. So, you know, I did the Tales of video, but it was on Tales of Fantasia, which I knew was not going to be, like, a big view sponge anyway. It still got okay views, but, like, you know, I needed a video that was, like, preposterously long and about a game that people actually care about. And in the case of Mass Effect, there already are a bunch of preposterously long Mass Effect videos, but I figured I can go even deeper. I can go into the deepest parts imaginable, and I figured that, like, the only way I'm going to really make a name for myself as a games analyst is if my videos have something that really makes them different. And in a world where it's pretty normal to see 5-hour analysis videos about video games, the only way to be different is to make 25-hour analysis videos about video games. So that's what I'm going to do.
It's really true. It's really the place we've come.
I mean, I really think that it makes the best use of whatever audience there is for it. Because let's say that, like, only 100 people watched it. That's still, like, 250 watch hours, you know? Like, it would be a lot. It would be very easy to mine watch hours off of insanely long videos. So,
there's, like, a guy here.
that's what I hope to do.
I found it.
But anyway, I was trying to say that I played like 7 hours of Xenogears because that was gonna be my choice of big RPG, and I really liked it. I got to the part where you start playing with mechs though, and I was not really feeling it that much.
Fish bait. Oh, I can make fish bait. That's awesome.
But I didn't end up getting back to it because I was dropped that idea. When are you gonna finish Persona 3 though? Lol. Honestly, like, I watched May play through a bunch of Persona 3, and I kind of, like, I don't know, watching you play it made me, like, less interested in it. Like, because you got farther in the story than I ever had, and I just, like, wasn't that interested in where the story was going or the characters. And you kind of lost interest in the game.
Yeah, I did. I didn't really like the story that much.
I mean, it really gave me the feeling watching you play it that, like, Persona was, like, like Shin Megami Tensei for teens, you know,
Yeah.
and that like I would rather play the proper Shin Megami Tensei games or watch somebody
Yeah,
play
it was
them,
like
you
just
know?
like over leveled, and it was like not very fun because I kept having to go back to the fucking
Yeah.
level, and it was just like, well, I'm not getting anything out of doing this anymore. I would rather, you know. But there's like a lot of customization, but I like think I would like it a little bit more difficult.
Y'all been quiet after RadCon. Safe? Yeah, we're safe. We've done a lot of prepping. That's a lot of what was going on.
We
but
should do a prepping YouTube video review of all the shit we got.
if I haven't eaten all of it by then. But
Like our fucking prep, our haul.
we batten down the hatches. I've also been busy on, you know, content, but you'll see all that when it happens.
Let's plant some fucking fuckers.
Check out Lisa the Painful for a top tier story game. Yeah, that's what Ben selected as his. As soon as I told him I was doing this series, he said Lisa the
gotta
Painful is
do
the
it.
best story in a video game, in his opinion.
I've never played the whole thing, so
Oh, you played Lisa?
yeah, played a little bit of it. At a friend's
Persona
house.
3's story is mediocre, honestly, but it's still better than 4's story. The only Persona game I'd put on the list for the story is 2, but that drops the ball with its gameplay. I mean, I played Eternal Punishment all the way through, and, like, the story in that game I thought really fell apart in the second half when it just became, alright, well, there's a bad guy now, let's all go kill him. And, like, the first half is, like, this mystery plot, and you're learning about all the characters, and the second half is literally just, like, all the characters are just, oh, we better stop the bad guy, you know, and it really fell apart, in my opinion. Digi, do you like any NES games? I do. I like Castlevania. Let's see. What NES games would I consider myself a fan of? Beyond Castlevania. Kirby's Adventure.
Yeah, dude. Any Zelda games?
Oh, the first Zelda, Legend of Zelda 1. Yeah, I love Zelda
Yeah.
1. Persona 5 is the worst of all games in terms of story, only topped by the original Persona. Damn. Literally nothing happens in P4 and all the characters suck, but let's agree to disagree. It's really funny you guys are saying this, because I know these games have really beloved stories and characters, but, I mean, like I said, I'm doing Mass Effect now. The things I'd be most interested in doing for, like, the second episode would probably be a text game. So either, like, basically, I'm either going to do Planescape Torment or Disco Elysium, depending on which one people would want more. Because I think I'd be interested in playing one of those types of games and comparing it against Mass Effect. And then from there, moving on to something else. I definitely would want to cover Final Fantasy 10 and 7 and all those good ones. 6.
6, dude. I have a boner for 6.
I'd probably do I'd probably do Final Fantasy 6 first, just because it would be like the of the games that are considered to have really great stories, it would be the easiest, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And I also just think it has a really good story. So you should play it.
Wait, don't make that prepper video. They're trying to make it illegal. Make what illegal? Prepping?
Prepping? Probably. I wouldn't be too surprised. It's probably racist, right?
I don't understand. If you're gonna lock me in the house for months, I need to have fucking shit in my house.
You're causing panic, though.
Oh, whatever. I'm abating my own panic by prepping. I'm still waiting for Persona 4 Golden to be released on something
Let's see
that
if I can
isn't the
break
fucking
this
Vita
now,
so I
something
can
like
play
it.
it.
Let me eat another apple. Let's eat another apple after this. Let's eat 3 apples. Be a fat fuck tonight. Chowing down.
John J. Red says, I don't think Lisa is just the best story in a game. I think it has the best narrative in any art ever. Damn. High fucking praise.
Alright, how many more rocks do I gotta break? I'm gonna break 5
Not much to say about it,
rocks.
but Transistor is a beautiful game in all aspects. Agreed. I enjoyed it. I did a review of Transistor on my channel once. Nobody watched it because it had a terrible
It's a
thumbnail.
little roly-poly. Yeah, dude, I got it. Yes! I
Now
got a
people
pill
are
bag!
arguing about which Persona has good story.
Oh, it's so cute. I love it.
I had a feeling that would happen.
I'm gonna send it to my home dog. I might try to like dick around in the clothing store. Oh, I went to the wrong
Does
house.
the Vita even have a good emulator? Is that the one I was using? Because I was using I was emulating just the regular PSP, right? Because the PSP emulator is lit. It is very good. I don't know if there's a Vita one, though. I keep forgetting I need to swap out this hummus. I've just been sitting here
It's all
thinking
good,
about when
dude.
I'm going to do that.
It's fine with me.
Hey, I'll red pill you on the complaints for Persona 5 in the Pantsu Party Discord. Okay. I'm not in there, but you could red pill Pantsu
Sounds
Party
good to
on
me. In my Discord, people are putting locks in their username to show they're under lockdown.
it.
It's
That's
really funny.
hilarious.
I like it. I'm gonna put that in my Discord name too.
Discord seems like a powerful place already.
Yeah, it is. You should feel that way. Hey, let's look about this pill bug. It is a night owl, except for it's also a day owl. And it's very common. I like to call them roly-polies because it's really cuter. That's all I have to say. But they're pretty cute. I think people respect the story of Planescape Torment a lot more. Disco Elysium is more acclaimed for its innovation in terms of RPG mechanics, so people like it.
Yeah, I mean, I know Planescape Torment is pretty high on the
Is it
list.
an innovation?
Yeah,
I don't know.
innovation.
Yeah, I think I spelled it wrong. I was like very confused by it, but I understand now. When was the last time you opened that hummus?
This one? I don't
Yeah.
know. A week ago?
It's probably fine, right? I don't know. Does it say on the lid? Used within like a million days. I think you got it when we went with Jesse to get groceries. It's probably fine. Like I know those things tell you to
Yeah,
throw things out
it
too.
tastes
It's
good,
fresh.
so-
Yeah.
I'm
No
just seeing
bug.
if it says anything, but it doesn't.
I'm sure that's the new one because there is an older one that was in there that I threw away. Dude, I just fucking love hummus. It's so good.
Hamu!
Yes, please tell me about the pill bug. He hates bugs.
My grocery chain started only allowing 5 people at a time to an aisle for the highly desired aisles, also limiting the number of people in the store.
That's
I
crazy.
expect it to happen everywhere.
Yeah.
The store we went to today was only letting 5 people in at a time.
You went to a special goods store.
Yeah, we went to a specialty
A specialty, a
goods store.
small like local store.
Yeah.
But that's the only place I've seen it be that way. Because grocery stores, I mean, there wasn't a ton of people at the grocery store when we went. Was there? I felt like there was more than usual, but they had a lot of cashiers, so it wasn't
Yeah.
like that bad.
I mean, things haven't really gotten crazy here.
All
Like,
of
people
the
are prepping
all
here.
the
Nobody
paper
is like
supplies
on
and stuff
lockdown
were
here.
gone. People definitely like.
But
bought
they
all the
they
paper.
canceled school for the rest of the school year. So
It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm gonna go build some bullshit. Let's see if I can build it.
oh, he
mine.
put that Persona 5 explanation there for somebody else, not for us.
I see.
What's the plan for the next big group watch? Digi Pat Labor was great. Well, the plan was
Who's this
going to be
you?
that we all watch Future Boy Conan in accordance with Azoken, and the idea was that we would watch them at the same time. Azoken's now like over, so I don't know. We might. I mean, I would really like to do Legend of the Galactic Heroes because I think Nate would fucking love it, and it would be a great show to just maybe do a video every 12 episodes or so. So. Digi, have you listened to my cover of Way Up? I added you on Twitter, and I will not accept anything less than glowing praise. I feel like I remember that I got that tweet, but I don't think I looked at it because I was probably
Can
at
you
RadCon.
cook in this game? I really hope you can cook.
Unless this was like a while back, or even
You can make
more
a pan.
recently. Let's find it.
If you can cook, I'm gonna cook all the fucking time. Yeah, you can make a frying pan. I don't know what else you would do with it, right? Besides cook. Who knows? Maybe it's just gonna be there as a decoration. I'm gonna put it right in here. I hope I can do this.
Alright, let's see.
Oh yeah.
I love
Yes, you
this.
can.
I love it. It sounds great. Oh, it was today, he said. How did I miss this? How did I miss? It was 18 hours ago. Well, I'm retweeting that.
It's fucking
That's
awesome.
excellent. The full track is on
Oh, yeah.
Bandcamp. Sick. Girlie, when you rock with me, we turn the music way up. Yeah, I really like the beat you made for that.
Oh, there's money in here, dog.
And it
I'm
sounded
rich,
sick.
Motherfucker, it's lit.
Let me look through these comments here.
I'm rich. Alright, let's go get
Showing
some...
off your prep supplies, you fitting to get raided. Yeah, that's why I don't want to do it.
No, I haven't shared any, like, I put a picture of some of the stuff that we did in, like, Digi's Discord, just to, like, be like, I prepped, because it was, like, 3 weeks ago, and it was funny at that time.
Do people like the story in Lost Odyssey? I never finished it, but I heard people like it. From what I've played, it is great. That's the one from Hironobu Sakaguchi, right? That was on 360. The game, I played a bit of it, and it has some weirdness and some issues, but the story was really interesting from what I played. So I'd love to continue it.
Should I plant red pansies or white tulips? I want to plant the white tulips. Let's get bulk. Like I'm at Sam's Club. It's so sad. I'm getting subs on YouTube, but it's not doing the announcements because we didn't have it set up right. There'll be next time. Just unsub and resub for the next stream.
Is there any series
Please, YouTube, let us super chat. I'm not monetized yet, but this is what the stream hopefully is going to accomplish. Because we only need like 300 watch hours.
between the actual stream and the views that the stream will get, it should be enough.
Yeah, I think so.
To
I just don't know if they're gonna
hit it.
monetize it, like, you know, anytime soon because YouTube doesn't have anybody working. Like,
Yeah.
it's really kind of ridiculous and insane.
Is there any series you hate, but the new thing that came out of it seems interesting enough that you're willing to try it out? That's definitely happened to me before. I can't think of one that's happened recently. Can you?
Ooh. I mean, I think there probably is. I'm trying to think of like an example because I think there may have been something that happened recently that I felt that
I've
way
got like
about.
a weird tip of my tongue feeling about it. Like,
Oh,
surely.
there's like a franchise that sucks that like might have something good for the first time in
Yeah.
forever. Oh my gosh.
So are we still gonna hashtag cough on Biden, boys?
Wouldn't that be My Little Pony for you?
What?
I don't know. Like,
Oh,
did you
you-
ever like My Little Pony?
No, but I didn't like
Hate it?
care.
No.
Like, I mean, nobody
Yeah.
liked My Little Pony as a show until the fourth gen.
Yeah, but I
you
mean,
know?
like, just like, oh, the aesthetic of the toys sucks. Cause like I never liked My Little Pony toys like my sister did.
It
but-
wasn't even on my radar. Like, I didn't
No,
even
because
really
you're
like.
not like a little.
Wasn't even cognizant of the
Right.
fact that it had like most people don't even know that there were multiple generations and all that. They just know it was a cartoon from the 80s and it had a revival, you know, like the truth is it never went away. It just was shitty and nobody cared about it, you know.
Let me dig. No, I don't want to do that. Let's craft a water container. Yeah, dude.
I now have way up stuck in my head.
So, Digi's parents, have been like, your mom in particular has been like very up to date on the coronavirus.
Yeah, my mom is definitely worried because
It's just really funny because like we're both worried about very different things, for sure.
well, you have to think about it from my mom's perspective. She just finally found her
yeah,
dad.
and he's like 80.
82 years old when she found him, so he's probably like 84
Right.
by now. They've only been together for going on 3 years, and you know, you've got a virus going around that specifically affects old people with weak immune systems. So I think she's been like 100%, you know, the second she heard about this thing, she was probably like battening down the hatches, you know.
Right, and I mean, I was worried too about like, especially your elderly family and my elderly family. Like,
Yeah.
those are the first people
I've
I
been
think
most
about.
worried
But
about
like,
your grandparents as like,
it's like, you know, your mom also is concerned for her and your dad because they're old,
Right.
and they both
But,
do
like-
have like prior health problems.
I know my parents and my granddad, pulling up will not be hard for them. Like,
Right.
my whole family is basically needs, you know, like
They taught you. They taught you.
my
how to
parents
Digi.
like my dad only likes to go out on the weekend.
What should I do?
You know,
Should I just
like,
chop down trees? I guess.
I don't know about your family, but like my dad, it's like he wants to go out for brunch after cleaning the
Yeah,
house.
my dad
on, like,
doesn't have like
Saturday.
weekends because like he does travel and he's like a
Right.
salesperson. So, I mean, I'm sure like on Sundays he probably doesn't like take as many calls, but like it's never been about the weekends. It's been more about like our holidays. Like if we have days off,
Yeah.
and my dad's like we have to travel.
I mean, your dad is somebody who, like, actually will, like, if you suggest, hey, let's go, like, do something, he'll be like, yeah, sure. You
Yeah,
know, like,
he doesn't need to be planned or anything.
My-
Like
my
a lot of
dad-
things
yeah.
happen spontaneously in my life.
it's not like, in my family, like, my parents do not like to get up or leave the house. Well, like, once my dad is home from work, he settles in and he puts on his fucking, his sweatpants and it's over, you know, like, he won't, like, he'll have us go get things for him if he needs anything,
Right.
you know?
That's really funny.
So, like, knowing them holding up won't be that much different from regular life. But, like, your grandparents, like, hang out with their family all the time. You know, like,
Yes.
your mom, your aunt, your uncle, they're all, like, around the house
It's a
all
big
the time.
Italian social family, so like people are always
Yeah.
visiting and stuff.
So, but, like, I mean, all of those people are cognizant of the problems and trying to avoid it, so.
Although it did take a while for
Yeah.
people to understand the risks, like
It sounded like your aunt, though, was, like, well prepared. Like, she's, like, spraying people down with Lysol as soon as they
yeah,
open
it's
the door.
just it's
kinda
really
thing.
funny because like the women in my family, like especially the ones with kids, are like very cognizant of what is happening, and like my cousin's lunch lady got sick with it. That was like one of the first cases in that area, so it's like okay. I think that kind of probably freaked her out. It's just that anybody could have this. Like, you don't... It's, like, everywhere. And if somebody in the school has it, like, they can bring it home to the kids. And it's just a lot of vectors of transmission, I guess. I came in here to buy some bullshit. Welcome, Pantsu. How can I help you today? I want to buy some shit. Should I get this director's chair? I think this fits me.
It does fit you, but
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
I don't
kind
know
of
if
like
you
my
have an
chair.
aesthetic you're going for.
No, it's kind of like the chair that I sit in because it's white, but it's not a director's chair, so it's not really like that at all. It's just the same color.
Do you care if I do Big Bongo on your stream?
No. Why would I care? This is not monetized.
Oh, shit, there's already a thing in there.
I was asking for it. Alright. Are you guys enjoying this game so far? Has anybody else bought this? And how far are you guys along? Like, do you have your house yet? I haven't really gotten to play it, like, for a long period of time. Like, I played it, I think, on Friday, but, like, this is my
Wait.
first time.
2 parts isopropyl alcohol and 1 part glycerine is sanitizer?
Yeah.
Well, shit, you can just make it. We don't need to.
No, I
doesn't matter that
know.
there's none
That's why.
still.
It's like you can just, like, use it. We have that stuff at home.
Do we have glycerine?
And you can get stuff that has it in it. I saw people saying that you could, like, pour, like, grain alcohol or isopropyl alcohol with, like, a aloe. But I think we definitely have things that have it in it.
Glycerine.
But they found out you can make it with, like, alcohol, so a bunch of alcohol companies are, like, making hand sanitizer now because there's none left, which is really neat. Just a lot of, like, really interesting solutions to problems that have been coming out of this, so it's, like, I don't know. I'm kind of over, like, the just keeping track of it all because it's everywhere, and it's eventually going to be in every city. Like, unless we're shutting down travel to those cities, it's eventually going to be there. You know, the quarantines and the lockdowns definitely are helping, like, keep this stuff from spreading, but
Mission says, I wish the world would shut up about Animal Crossing.
I'm sorry. Well,
Boba Pickle says, I've been playing New Leaf to see if I'd like to do one. Keyblade Spirit says, I'll probably buy this game or get it from Nick Nintendo at some point. Mission says, I do not understand why anyone can be interested in this game in the slightest. It's good. Just fucking play it and you'll understand. It's good.
Sure. I would put this in my house.
I
but
think the
don't have
focus
it right
on
now.
Julian was to play into the... Oh, you're talking about all this stuff. Don't have to switch. Sadly, Corona bugs might come in clutch for me.
Same. It's one of those things. It's like, you
I was
know,
gonna get it tonight, but the Switch store is under maintenance.
that sucks. It's probably because so many people have been buying games and stuff. Would that have an impact on it?
You have to use 90% isopropyl or higher. I made some aloe sanitizer and it was a mess.
Wait, how much? 90 what?
90% isopropyl.
Yeah, we
or
have
higher.
90, I think. Yeah, we have the 91.
I bought it first AC and it is super slow the first 3 days, but I cannot stop no matter what.
I feel you.
Animal Crossing, aka the one game I'm gonna buy this year. Animal Crossing seems like a treadmill of superficial satisfaction and progression that wastes your time. Do people get a serious satisfaction from it? You have to
Oh, I have to
understand
use my
that
shovel
this
buff.
game is, first of all, an infinite number of things are essentially possible in this game. The idea of it is that it's a game you play daily and discover what new things are
gosh.
available to you. So there's people you can talk
I'm
to.
so
Like,
bad at this.
first of all, we're playing at night right now, which is not really a good representation of Animal Crossing because it's not really meant to be played at night.
You can play at night, but
Because
yeah.
during the day you'd be talking to people. There might be events. You know, if you come in on holidays, the whole thing will be holiday themed. You know, and like you can build out your whole
I really
town.
should have had it set
You
in
can-
the southern hemisphere, so that way it would be more, you know, it
You-
would fit my nocturnal lifestyle better.
You can feasibly create the entire town to be of the exact aesthetic design that you want, and the game will give you so many options in either providing you cool looking things or allowing you to make your own cool looking things.
Yeah.
Like, see, like the shirts that these guys are wearing, like you could design that yourself in this game probably.
Yeah, you can.
And then you could also just buy that.
You can buy
and
that
wear
shirt.
that
They have
shirt.
it.
But like, you know, the game allows you to do any of these things in order to create like the ultimate aesthetic experience that you can then go into every day and just enjoy your time in this like
Let's make
this
some
this
fish
place
food.
that you created of your own sweat and tears and your own personal vision. And everyone's town should look and feel completely fucking different because it basically becomes a reflection of your personality, which is why the game starts off with a personality test to like
Yeah, I haven't really
determine
done
what you're
much
going to look
time
like.
in this, but I'm kind of curious about how to do it. Let's see if we can like make a shirt or something. Oh shit, you can make a shirt.
My dad mixed all the hand soap in the house with rubbing alcohol, and now it's all runny and gross, and it was already sanitary enough anyways. Yeah, your dad's retarded. I'm sorry.
Should I make it like a hoodie or something?
It hijacks our brain's pleasure from doing chores and purpose it towards wasting time.
Let's see.
I mean, it's not a waste of time if you create something. Like, what? How is this any more a waste of time than any other video game? Like, they're absolutely all a huge fucking waste of time. Like, that's their purpose. There is too much time. And, you know, games like this are... I mean, video games of any type can be soothing. Like, you know, you could be soothed by playing a fast action game and, you know, getting catharsis from that. But I think this game is a... You know, it's a way to occupy your
Oh, I can make,
time
like, fucking.
enjoyably, like any other game.
I can make like a fucking titty shirt.
Mission says, "Wow, it's almost like we have different tastes." Yeah. Some people just miss the point of this game, but it's whatever. I mean, it's you know, it's a game that has a very unique and distinct appeal.
And the titties are too far away. I have to make them closer. I feel like maybe that's fine. I'm just like trying to figure out how to do an ugly shirt.
Would you consider doing stream reacting to Nintendo Directs or State of Plays or Xbox now that they have become so popular?
I mean, if there's something I really wanted to talk about, then why not? But
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't really see myself reacting to Nintendo Direct unless there's like a Pokemon game coming out, which already happened. Unless there's a new
Right.
one.
I mean, there's always new Pokemon.
When is Mystery Dungeons coming out? Has that already happened?
No, I don't think that's out yet. We would definitely have heard.
I'm excited. You want this shirt? It has little nipple holes on
Animal
it.
Crossing is like a bunch of dailies, but without an actual game. Yeah, I mean, it's literally just like regular everyday life. That is the purpose of it. It is to simulate everyday life. Except, like, to me, okay, you have to consider Animal Crossing from the perspective of its intended audience, of people who live in Tokyo, which is aka the Japanese, because most of them live in Tokyo. And, like, from those people's perspective, even though their culture is obsessed with aesthetic and obsessed with, like, filling your living space with, like, you know, like aesthetic doodads and shit, they don't have that much space. Like, space is a major concern, and it's also very expensive to actually build out a house with a unique aesthetic. So, like, Animal Crossing is a one-time payment of a game that allows you to, like, endlessly express yourself through, you know, creating a space that you quasi live in. So, like, you know, it makes perfect sense when you think of it that way.
Now.
Like, I have a pretty customized house, but, like, I had to stop at some point because I couldn't buy any of the furniture I wanted, you know? In Animal Crossing, it's so much easier to make money because it's a given that you can do the quests in the game to make that money, to make that progress, or, you know, sell things or do whatever, you know, like, it's much easier work than trying to get and do work IRL, you know?
Right.
There's got to be an easier way to get rid of those extra lines.
Probably. I'm just figuring it out. I'm just playing around. I'm close to being done. Don't rush me. I figured out.
I was just saying
figured
there's
out.
got to be an easier way.
You can do this, dude. Should I have it like, I don't know, how should the sleeves be? I can make them black.
Whatever you think would be cool.
I think maybe black or gray would be cool.
Animal Crossing is basically Minecraft Lite meets Persona meets being Ben Saint. That's hella satisfying for a lot of people. I don't know where the Ben Saint part comes in, but yeah, I mean, you manage social connections with the other people in your village. To me, the most interesting thing is just, like, the sheer depth of what can be found in Animal Crossing. Because, like, back on the GameCube, that shit blew my mind to fuck. Like, I could never understand how they had put, like, the amount of random shit you could find and, like,
Right.
unique, like, date and time things in the game, like, events, I mean to say. Because there's a very good chance you'll never see everything that's in an Animal Crossing game, you know? Because some of it might be stuff that you literally could only see, like, once a year.
I'm gonna call it Star Boob. Because that's what it is. It's a Star Boob shirt. There we go. My first custom shirt. It's probably gonna look like shit, but I have it. I made
Because he
it.
says, I don't like how games are so good at getting you addicted compared to shows/books. I think games are at their best when they ask something of you instead of just lulling you into a stupor for hours. I mean,
literally
this
looks
game
like something
does
I'd
ask
wear.
something of you. Like, the game has goals in terms of, like, you have to continually grow your house. You have to pay. I mean, I don't know if you're in debt in this game, but in the old
Yeah,
game,
you are.
you start off
You
in
start
debt.
in debt.
So you have
Because
to
you
pay
move
off
to
your
an
debt.
island and you owe like $5,000, and then you
Right.
buy a house and you owe like $9,000.
You work to pay off your debts, and then you work to continually build your house
looks
to be
like
bigger and
shit.
bigger,
I
and
love
that
it.
allows you more and more possibilities of what you can do inside the game world. So it is constantly asking something of you, you know?
Yeah.
It's just that the nature of the game's play is that you are meant to sort of come and go from it. And, like, I don't think there's anything, like, if Animal Crossing, I've never found Animal Crossing addicting because I just don't think that it has, like, it only rewards you if you actually fucking go out to, like, seek a reward. Like, the game doesn't constantly present you with things, you know? Like, addicting games have to force things into your face for you to click on. Animal Crossing, like, right now, there's nothing on screen indicating what you need to do or what would reward you at all. You know, like, it's completely up to you to determine what you want to be doing at any given time. So to me, like, that kind of game, like, you have to have self-motivation to even want to play it. And as soon as you aren't motivated, you stop. Like, for me
Yeah.
personally, at least, that's how I play most video games. Like, I am not good. video games have never successfully addicted me. Let's put it that way. I've never been interested in a game beyond the point where I could get something out of it. And Animal Crossing is a game that
No, I missed it.
I don't know.
It's
I've
so
always
hard.
gotten a lot out of it, just from
Yeah, I have fun playing this.
just the interesting
I saw somebody
idea of how
make
it
a
works, essentially.
pre-cure, like, Kira Milky's outfit. They made it, and it was really cute. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm gonna have
If
to
people
make
want to express
Ozzy.
themselves so much, why don't they just learn to draw or write? Well, what if there is nothing that you have inside your mind to draw or write? Like, this game provides you with things to express yourself with, because the bottom line is that most of us will be satisfied with something that is close enough to ourselves. Like, you know, most of you don't make YouTube videos. You watch YouTube videos because you relate to the things that you hear in those videos. In this game, you don't have to make your own fabrics. You can find fabrics that look like something you'd want to wear and be excited that somebody else already came to that conclusion before you did, you know? So I think that is essentially why.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Digi, you always have insightful explanations about Japanese culture that I can't wait until you guys finally go to Japan. I know
We're
it's
gonna
be
have to
sick.
wait a while before we want to do that. Not a really good time to plan a trip to Japan right now.
Being Ben Saint is being on a worrying amount of weed and talking to weird villagers at 3 a.m. in the morning, so pretty much like Animal Crossing.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've never seen Ben on a worrying amount of weed. Ben didn't smoke any weed at
think-
RadCon, I don't think.
I think they're referring to a story when he,
that
may
was
have
when he was
gotten
on
high.
ecstasy, and
Yeah.
he went to try to ask his neighbors for,
got a
like,
loach.
introduce himself to his neighbors at 4 in the morning. Let's be real, hanging around and talking to a bunch of furries while not actually being a furry yourself is pretty Ben Saint. That is true. Ben is
literally.
actually not a furry, not even a suspect furry. I think Tom is more of a suspect furry than Ben.
Definitely.
Bro, if you don't get addicted to books, you ain't reading the right shit. Oh my god, Animal Crossing with a HUD and a mini-map and shit would be horrible. Speaking of debt, it's also kind of the ultimate adult millennial power fantasy. A talking raccoon is giving a homeless person an interest-free loan for a house with no deadline to pay it back. That's true. It was also the fantasy of, you know, the people who were playing it 20 years ago when it first came out. If you have nothing in your mind to express, why care about self-expression? Because it feels good, and it is self-reaffirming, you know? Like, I mean, again,
Yeah, and you can have people come
Like,
to your island and shit.
I watch sometimes videos that are not telling me anything I don't know. They're just telling me what I already think about myself, and it's comforting and good to know that I can relate to other people on those grounds. And, like, when I see a t-shirt in the store that I want to buy, I feel something similar. Like, oh wow, somebody made this shirt. I love it. I'm gonna wear it, as though I'm saying it myself.
Oh my
you know?
gosh, they have it. I'm fucking buying
Perfect.
this.
Absolutely
Oh my gosh,
perfect.
guys, this is the best game ever. All you people who don't understand, if a game has a face mask in it, it's woke.
Yes.
It's woke shit. Oh, I could be a frog? Oh, that's so good. Oh, this is really cute too. Oh, I can wear sweatpants, literally be myself.
That does look like something you would wear.
Oh no.
Maybe not the pocket on the back. In fact, yours would not have any pockets at all, probably.
Is this a song? Like,
Yeah,
what is
KK
this?
Slider is the dog. I don't know if it works the same way here as it does in the original, but in the original game, every night at, like, I think 10 p.m. or maybe midnight on Saturday, he will show up at the, like, train station and play guitar. And it's fucking sick. And in the original game, he has, like, 58 songs or some shit, like... Maybe it's 52. Maybe it's just that he has a different song every
Which
week.
kind of hair should I get? Pop, cool, or stylish?
Cool.
For me?
Yeah, Pantsu's a cool.
You think so?
Don't you
Okay.
think you're cool and spicy?
I do. More sour.
Yeah, sour, cool
sour.
and sour.
Yeah.
Are you like a warhead?
More like a lemon.
You like a lemon? Yeah, you want to be like a lemon drop? Why do you think Tom doesn't like being compared to Lugosi? I don't think he doesn't like it so much as just like when the comparison was made and the first impression he had of the character is like, oh, this guy's like you know, kind of like a in his own head
Lugosi
coward,
fucks.
like.
That's all. Well, he doesn't actually fuck. He's the opposite of that.
I think it's just that he like the elements of Lugosi that he latched onto were the different than the ones that we had latched on.
No, definitely. I feel positively about Lugosi because, like, I don't know, I'm relatable. Hashtag relatable.
Janice Makadomaru with a great point. Ben himself is an animal, so how can he even be a furry?
That's really deep. That's really deep. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that discourse like this can come out of this live stream. Thank you.
The thing about Animal Crossing is that it provides a framework for creativity. It's not having the assets pre-made, it's having constraints so you can focus your creativity into the actual creation. That too, that is a great way of putting it, because the game deliberately starts you off with very little space. Like you're just in a tent, you know, you can't do that much at first, but you immediately will customize that space into something cool. Like, I mean, again, it's a reflection of real life. Like, when we moved into our first house, I had too much stuff for that house. And, like, trying to, you know, design around it was a problem. And then, like, once we got the next house, we didn't have enough stuff for the house to fill the house.
Yeah.
And it was like, I didn't have the money to continue filling it, so the house was always kind of barren, you know? And now that we live here, it's been, like, just the right size where we've been adding to it and, like, you know, moving shit around and... It's pretty funny. I guess, like, probably playing Animal Crossing as a kid helped me to develop, like, a sense of what you can do with a space, you know? Like,
Is there even any
because that's another thing
left?
about this. Like, you could consider this a game for kids and people with Arrested Development, but basically, like, you know...
Yeah,
if you
it's
can't
a Nintendo
work,
game.
or people, again, like, I'm thinking about people in Tokyo who just will never be able to have a real life garden. But, like, if you watch, like, Tamashi Hiroka's video, where she was talking about, like, her top 10 favorite games of the decade, one of them was Animal Crossing New Leaf, and there's a scene of her walking around her village, and, like, she has literally floralized the entire village. Like, there's flowers on every patch of grass that have, like, this really intensely thought out color aesthetic. And it was just like, wow, this place looks fucking awesome. I bet she does not have a garden in real life, you know? I don't know where she lives, but...
Oh, okay, I understand how it works now.
I feel really bad for the tragic state of Italy at the moment. From statistics alone, they are suffering really bad from this. Indeed. Apparently, New York City is going to be worse than Italy before long, is what people are speculating.
Let's see what I got. What did I get?
Instead
I
of
got a present.
koofing, maybe we should be fooking.
I got a
Agreed.
mug. Excellent.
Funny how many people on TV care so much about the economy that they just want to kill old people. I mean, the thing is that the reason they're saying that is that it's very possible that we really can't stop this virus. That, like, it will eventually be everywhere.
And it's not my economy. They're worried about making money. Like,
Right.
those people who want the economy to keep going, like, usually they're like, oh, well, like, I want to continue to be able to make money because my life isn't at risk.
Right.
So it's like, you know, it's still pretty fucked, but, like, we're in a really tough situation where, like, can we really afford to have everything shut down
think about
for 2
it this
years?
way. Is saying, like, fuck grandma that different from, like, already not being a socialist country? Like, we're already saying fuck you to people who are in need
socialist
all
countries
the time.
too, they have to make
Like,
decisions on who's
yeah.
going to live or who's going to die if they don't have
Right.
enough resources.
And at the end of the day, like,
people still have the same dilemma.
will hurting the economy do more damage to Americans than losing old people is a question. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like, because if people don't have money to work, then more people are going to starve, and more people are going to riot, and more people are going to go fucking crazy, you know, like, will it damage America even more greatly? Or damage our standing and our ability to, like, have power on a world stage and things like that, you know, will people be trying to fucking, I don't think anybody's going to try to, like, really come at America, like, militarily, but they'll definitely be gunning for our economy and trying to make us less powerful, you know, if they can take advantage of it. Now, granted, everyone's been hit with the coronavirus, so I don't think anybody's getting that ahead of themselves yet.
Right.
But, you know, I mean, Personally, my thought is I think it's worth shutting everything down because I think there's a chance we could stop it. Like, if people actually were serious about shutting down for, like, a little while, the question is, will Americans actually do that? You know, and like, there's also a question of how much death really will it prevent? Like, are we shutting down for no reason? Is it going to spread anyways? Like, are we really taking enough
Well, we're
precautions?
gonna see the numbers go up over the next couple of weeks because people are already infected. So it's like we're playing the
Right.
long game.
I think they're all questions worth asking, but I don't think that it's going to hurt the economy so badly for people to fucking live indoors for a month. You know, like,
How are people supposed to self-isolate if they have big families, though? Because a lot of places are like no gatherings of more than 2 people.
yeah, I don't know what that means for a
Me neither.
house.
It's fucking weird. Maybe it's okay if it's in your house. It's just like you can't, you know.
I would have to assume
purposefully-
so. I don't think they're gonna come into your house and check how many fucking people are gathered.
I mean, but if you have like a shelter or something, how are they gonna isolate? Like nursing homes and stuff. They're just gonna keep them confined into their room constantly. I guess so.
Yeah,
Dude,
for
let's
sure they're
change
gonna
her
do
hair. Oh, she's so cute. Oh, I got the hairs. That's good. It's just like it's kind of long with the book bag, but that's pretty close to my actual hair. I'm glad I got this hair pack. Oh, that's pretty cute too.
that.
I can be a dude.
I consider this an interesting pair of messages. So, a bored burrito says, "It seems obvious to me why Animal Crossing's aesthetic alone is strong enough to resonate with many people who might not otherwise have the ability or desire to create themselves." Mission then said, "Keep in mind this is also coming from someone who doesn't like Minecraft or Terraria for similar reasons. I just don't feel like I need a game to help me express myself." I feel very similarly, and that's why I don't play those games, because I am, like, addicted to making things outside of video games. But, like,
Should this be
Animal
my hair?
Crossing,
Do you think this is like me?
yeah.
Okay.
Like, Animal Crossing like Burrito said, has such a strong aesthetic that I do enjoy, like, playing around in it. Similar with the Pokemon games. Like, I love getting into, like, you know, customizing my character in Pokemon. It's not very complex. There's not much to do, but I just love the aesthetic of it so much. There's so many ways you can make your character look fucking adorable, you know, and I can't draw well enough to make that happen IRL, to just draw my own outfits. I also don't have the imagination to come up with my own outfits, and I like the ones that they have, you know, the options they have for me to customize. But, you know, Animal Crossing obviously takes that to a way bigger extreme. But I will say,
I can make a Killstream hat.
That-
I'm gonna make it.
I specifically have only ever wanted to play the GameCube one. And that's why I was like, I encouraged you to get this one, because I figured you would enjoy this. But I don't want to play this one. I want to play the GameCube one, because I really love the way that game looks. And I don't like the way that any of them looks as much.
I feel you.
The Nintendo Switch, the way that they've decided to go into the world of HD is essentially through lots of big, shiny, fucking white light on everything, and I hate it. I'm not a fan of that aesthetic. This game has shades of it. It's also got the rolling pin world, which I don't like as much. But, like, the first Animal Crossing just has, in my mind, like, the perfect aesthetic. So, that's why, like, if I was going to play one, you know, GameCube is the best of the motherfucking consoles.
The 6th generation of the motherfucking consoles.
Indeed.
Remember, respect. I'm gonna do like tiny stars, right? There's 5 stars. That's too low.
Maple Milk says, "I for one like having an income."
I feel you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, baby, look at those. It's not quite even, but I think it's fine. I don't think anybody's gonna, like, you know.
Keyblade
fix it
Spirit
later.
says, apropos of nothing, I'm gonna red pill y'all on the correct way to open a Reese's Fast Break. Open one end, then blow into that end until it pops, which will cause the packaging to split down the middle.
That's
Whoa.
fucking Evan, dude. Oopsies. Okay, yes. It's so difficult. I'm just just trying to figure out like where I should even. It's so clearly like, I guess that looks kind of like it, right? Yeah, you could tell what this is.
Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick of Texas basically said old people should sacrifice themselves for the sake of the economy. I love and hate my state. I mean, that's extreme, obviously.
It's really crazy like how different all the states have taken their approach. And like, you know, you look at some place like New York, where it's like you have Cuomo trying to like, you know, really demonstrate leadership, and like, you know, you have other places where people are like trying to fearmonger, like Ohio, where it's like, oh yeah, 1% of the population has it, and then they go back on it and they're like, oh, that's just a guesstimate. Like,
I feel like the problem is like that when the stock market crashed, everybody's like freaking out that like the economy is going to be like ruined. And like, I don't think the economy will be completely ruined by like a couple months of isolation, you know? Like it's not unrecoverable
No, the problem
damage.
will be like 2 years worth if we can't get rid of it, you know?
Right.
Because there's a problem with people getting reinfected, so it's not like...
I mean, at some point, if we can't stop it, then the government's just going to be like, all right, throw your hands up. Like, we can't do this anymore. Like, you know.
I mean, the government's going to have to change because we have only old people.
Yeah, that too.
What do you call this? Gym.
What is the best looking Switch game? I don't know. What is the best looking Switch game?
Not Pokemon and not Three Houses.
Nothing comes to mind that even looks good. I'm going to go look at the game.
Okay. Guys, I made it. I'm putting it on. This is me. This is the real me. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but I fucking made it. Oh my gosh. It's good. I'm gonna have to buy some new shoes though. This is my house. I don't know if I've been in here yet. Yeah, I have some steaks in my house. I like steaks and a pillow. There's no room. Let's see. Yeah, that lieutenant governor is really funny. Basically said he was willing to kill every grandparent that wasn't himself. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. In New York, they have, my mom was telling me about, they have this thing called the Matilda Law, where it's like you can't even be near an old person. You can't come near them. So it's just like really interesting. So when my mom goes over to my grandparents, she has to like stay outside of the house. I don't know, has there been any like weird rules in your guys' states? Like I know in Ohio, you can't like, there can only be 2 people on the sidewalk at a time, and like you have to go to the other side of the road if you see another person. Like that's how seriously they take it. And I know different countries have had like very extreme kind of measures, like in Germany where you can only have 2 people like together. Do I want to craft anything? No, I'm buying shoes. New shoes, new shoes, new shoes. Let's buy some new shoes.
Did we ever eat dinner?
No.
I'm getting hungry.
You can have dinner after this.
Oh, I've been snacking on those damn hummus chips.
I'm sorry, my fan. Did you see
all
did
the
you see my
fucking
new
Switch
girl?
games look like shit. The Yoshi games look pretty good. That might be it. Somebody said Celeste. I mean, like, if we're talking about non-exclusives, then, you know. I was gonna say, like, Dark Souls, but even that, I think only the remastered version is on the Switch, which looks, like, markedly worse.
You see me?
Yeah. You definitely look like yourself. Xenoblade 2 is pretty good looking on certain areas.
I gotta
Master
be like
Train is
next to
better
this this pan and this birdhouse, because that's like definitely my energy right here.
Everything on the Switch just kind of looks like a toy, and I think in Nintendo's case they're doing it deliberately.
Oh my gosh, get out of the way. Can I look through this tree?
Just turn yourself into a position where you're not right next to the tree. Why are you trying to do it from this spot?
Because I want this and I want the pan.
Oh.
I want to be
Can you
right
move
here.
it?
I'm sure I can do something.
Is this your stove?
Yeah, except for it's not really a stove. Oh, you can change the filter.
Amazing. Gramming it up. Gramming it up.
I just like, what does this R button do? It's just really annoying. I wish the tree wasn't in the way.
Remember when there was a problem with a Japanese nuclear reactor and a bunch of 80-plus people volunteered to fix it because the cancer they'd get from it would take longer to kill them than they already would have? Amazing. Badass. Definitely based. Did you already read that?
No, I didn't. This is
Ohio's
good.
going really hard. The gas station near me had its occupancy limit reduced to 8 people, and they were really enforcing the 6 feet thing.
It's really good.
Octopath Traveler's great lighting effects, just an overall great aesthetic. I hate the aesthetic of Octopath Traveler. I'm sorry. That's like the biggest thing that keeps me away from playing it.
I remember
Agree
Donkey's
with
video.
Cozy, who says Octopath Traveler is fugly in my opinion. Really don't like the lighting. I played like a bit, like just a small bit of the like demo of that game, and like it seemed very much like a budget game, and it was very strange to me that it's like a $60 game. Like, I know it's, you know, like a longer RPG, but like it's just funny to play it, and like it like that it's a Switch game and it really feels like a DS
Oh, no, I
game, you
fucked
know?
up. Yeah.
This is a perfect time to listen to 6 Feet Deep by the Gravediggers then.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just chop the tree down.
I don't have the right axe, I think.
Have you seen Zeo Rhymer, a 4-up OVA by the same director of Apocalypse Zero? Pretty based if you ask me. I'll have to check it out. I mean, I'm interested in that guy's work. Obviously, I know his shit is probably all insanely fucking violent. The Switch version of Dark Souls is actually a port of the original. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. I thought it was the remaster, but I guess I'm wrong. In Texas, it's basically just been up to each individual county to decide what to do for themselves. It's just awkward when all the counties around Houston shut down and we just obstinately stay open.
Yeah, I mean, if nobody's forcing you to shut down your whole economy, like you're not going to.
Whoa. You
And-
can turn off the rolling pin and go back to the GameCube perspective?
That's awesome.
Show I need to know.
Okay.
I need to
It's
know
probably
what
in
it
the
looks like.
settings. Okay.
It might change everything. I might instantly be like, is that true of all of these games? Because if I find out that's always been true on all the DS games, I'm gonna fucking have real egg on my face. Because I've always been like,
Let's
I
see.
hate the rolling
Ready to
pin.
wrap things up for now. I'm gonna save and end. I think you have to do it in the settings menu.
I see.
Ta-ta for now, folks. Let's see if we can fix this shit.
Well, it's not necessarily fixing because you might not like it as much, but
No, I know. Let's see if we
how
can
hot of
rig
a
this
take
up,
would me
though.
saying Final Fantasy VII is the best looking Switch game be? Pretty fucking hot, I would say, especially because Final Fantasy IX is also on the Switch, and that is better
It's
looking than
true.
Final Fantasy VII. IMO.
Big ouch.
But,
Version 1.10 for now. It's
hello,
Tom Nook.
Pantsu. This is where I take on important stuff.
Children
The
should have a
request of
parent or
various
guardian.
series.
Save data.
Nook link settings or nothing.
I don't know. I think it just turns off autosave.
Don't do that.
No, definitely not.
I'm done
Listen
talking.
to explanation. Okay, I guess you can't do it from here. There's probably another menu.
I hope you continue to enjoy life on Koof Koof.
No, and just in
The
Switch.
rolling
you
pin
press
option is a
right.
button or something. You can do it without pausing even.
Oh, excellent. Okay, let's
Well.
try it then. I think somebody said you push like the right thumbstick.
I see.
I'm like afraid to hit buttons. I'm afraid it's gonna
Why?
like throw my item away.
It's
or
really funny you
something.
say that because typically what I do when I get into a game is press every button immediately to find out what they all do. Press R3. I see. It's not... Yeah, I mean, I guess that pretty much looks like the original game. It doesn't technically get rid of the rolling pin, because you can still tell that you're on a, like, rounded world, but, it's much closer, yeah. Well, I'll definitely try them both out and see
It's
which
really
one I like
funny.
more.
Let's see if we can get this fish over here.
It's funny, because it still doesn't, like... It still doesn't obviate the aesthetic problems of the like shininess of it all, you know. It's just so fucking shiny.
Try to play it on the actual like Switch handheld version. I feel like a lot of the games are just made to like, you know, also look good on the handheld.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
They try to make it so it'll look good on like a small
You can't really have the best of both worlds though, because
low
like
res.
when you have it on the screen, it just like is kind of sad. It's a little sad, I'm gonna be honest. Do you think Medicare would think
Is
it's
Cuphead
cute
on Switch?
if I
think
made
it
his
is.
hat in the game?
No, I think he would not give a shit at all. Because he obviously didn't give a shit last time you posted yourself wearing his hat.
What if I just always... Oh my god, I got a new guy. I got a freshwater gooby.
Namco Bandai has called several games a remaster on Switch, like Dark Souls and Ni no Kuni, but they are just straight ports. I see.
Oh god, look at this boy. He's so
shit.
funny looking. I
That
love
means you can
him.
play Dark Souls portable. I never really thought about it.
Yeah, that's pretty life-changing right there. That would actually get me to probably play it.
You should. You should play Dark Souls on the Switch. It would be sick. I was
might
gonna have
have
you
to.
play Demon Souls first, but then I have to tell you guys that this is how things went. How I ended up with this Mass Effect analysis is that, for some reason I don't remember, I got it into my brain that I wanted you to play a Souls game. I was like, you need to play a Souls game. It's time. Let's start with Demon Souls because it's the first one
I don't have any
and it's the most
fossils.
aesthetically interesting. So we'll do it. And then I realized that I didn't have Demon Souls. I only had an empty case of Demon Souls. And we couldn't find a copy easily. It turned out though that Victor had my copy. But in the time, because Victor was out of town when I like called him to ask him if he had it. So in the time while he was out of town, I started playing Dark Souls 3 in order to like just, you know, because I was hype about Dark Souls basically. And then I was just like playing Dark Souls 3 and I got through the first level and I was like, this game's fucking sick, this game's cool. And then I got to the second level and I died like 2 or 3 times and I was like, why am I playing a video game with no story, like, well, not with no story, but like with a story that I don't want to write about, and a game that is hard and makes me mad. I'm gonna go play a game that has a great story that I can write about. And so I went and played Mass Effect. Then I realized if I'm playing Mass Effect on the PS3, which I am, then you can't play Demon Souls. And I've canceled out the entire purpose of this whole journey I've gone down. But it's okay, because now you got Animal Crossing. And maybe Dark Souls on the Switch, which I think you'd, in retrospect, thinking about it, because we played Demon Souls at RadCon for a bit on one of the streams, I was like, Demon Souls shouldn't be your first Souls game, because it's just straight less accessible. It's
I feel you.
it's just not as accessible as Dark Souls 1.
Well.
This is a weeby metaphor, but the current state of society seems kind of like the beginning of the Chimera Ant arc, except the enemies aren't anthropomorphic creatures, they're microscopic particles. Sure. For the rolling, flick the right stick. Remember how fucking shiny Link's Awakening was, Lamau? I know. I wrote a whole video about it. Gamer's Tavern says, never cross an animal while it's crossing the road, or it'll get cross with you.
Top fucking keck. Bravo.
Keyblade Spirit says, man, I remember seeing this really cute looking HD version of Cloud's world map model. Perfectly maintained the Lego Man aesthetic, and I just wish it was a mod for the original. Dark Souls is the last game I want to play portably. To be quite honest, for FDD. TBQH FDD. To be quite honest, fuck dick. What does FDD stand for there?
I have no idea.
TBQHFDD. To be quite honest, fuck debt. Dumb shit. I would have
course.
figured Jesse absorbed all the copies of Demon Souls in the tri-state area. Yeah. I guess that's what happens when you like Demon Souls. You absorb all the copies.
Is there anything on
Why
here?
in the tri-state area? He doesn't even live there. He lives in fucking Michigan.
That's funny.
Just like by coming down here, he would have absorbed them all. Is that what you mean?
All right. I'm kind of like done. I think I've done everything I could possibly want to do right now on this island.
Alright,
I've
let's
made
end this fucking
a
stream
Medicare
now.
hat. All right, let's sign out. Guys, thank you for coming and chilling with us, even if this did not pop up in your feeds.
Put the VOD on repeat and fucking get that hours. We probably
Yeah.
got like 1,000 hours just from this stream based on my math.
Oh yeah, just based on people watching this. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's true.
So we got like 1,000 hours here. We'll probably be able to get 3,000 more or 2,000 more, or whatever, from the VOD. So I think you're good. I think this is gonna be it.
Yeah, I think so too. On Wednesday we have a special episode where we're gonna have Ash Vampire on as a guest. It's gonna be at 5 p.m. ET on Wednesday. It's gonna be just very chill. I'm not gonna play Animal Crossing because I don't know how that's impacting if my stream is actually in people's feeds or not. It's just gonna be us chatting. Hopefully I can figure out whatever the hell is wrong with YouTube for being dumb. Oh no, I accidentally went back. It's all good. Are you ready? Is there anything you want to plug? Anything you want to say?
Look forward to my big brony video.
I'm excited.
All right.
Bye guys. Join the Discord. It's in the link. Bye.